Hello everybody and welcome to the newest episode of the Shadow of the Silver Mane, which is actually our, funnily enough, 69th episode in total. And the honor of hosting the 69th episode goes to Thompshire, so...
I hope nothing horrible happens to Benjamin. That's all I have to say.
No promises. Well, it's given the number, only nice things will happen to everyone because that's the joke. But other than that, I guess one little thing before we go into our usual introductions. Dear viewers, as usual, this episode is posted on Sir Thompshire's channel. The one after that shall be posted on my channel, Teeironor. All our links are in the description below. And the one after that shall be posted on Skoll Shorties channel, then back to Thompshire, and so on and so forth. Now, before we get into things, I've rolled the dice in the background, and the dice say that good old DoomGoblin should introduce himself and his character first. Can you please go ahead, DoomGoblin?
Yeah, hello. It's me, DoomGoblin. I play Captain Bladebeard, who last time tried to be a hero, but now he's in a jail. And yeah, but he's innocent. The guy is actually a demon.
I mean, you don't know that, for one, and, like, from everyone's perspective, you attacked a person, though admittedly a suspect of, like, conspiracy and other crimes. You attacked him in the street. You took justice into your own hands. Not something very nice, I suppose. But we'll...
Yeah, but I'm the proven ally of the Alliance. Alright.
Sure thing. Let's just hope nobody digs up the records on your backstory then, I suppose. But yeah, thank you very much, DoomGoblin. Next, we would have the very owner of the channel you are watching this on, Sir Thompshire. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Sure. As always, I'll be playing Benjamin Aaran, a sellsword that now apparently is going to be hired by the Alliance for once, I guess. And yeah, let's see if he doesn't get in any more trouble in the law than he already has. So yeah, that's honestly all I can hope for.
No promises, again. We'll see what happens. Thank you very much, Thompshire. And next, according to the dice, we would have Zelris. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah, I play Lyri Embasaro, the awesome, cool blood elf who is awesome and cool. And that's about it.
And you're about to be conscripted, so we'll see how that storyline goes on. Thank you very much, Zelris. Next, we would have Skoll. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, I can. I'm Skoll Shorties, and I am playing the freedom-fighting ogre pirate captain Buhd, or Mawarg. I think that's it. Yeah, that's his name. I am still...
The one time you get it right, you second guess yourself.
Well, today I am Sleepy Buhd. Yeah, but Buhd freed his ogre buddies, and now he has to deal with other things, such as Bladebeard committing crimes, I guess. You know, the usual thing, except this time Bladebeard is actually in a cell for it on his own this time. So, fun stuff. I mean, at least Buhd got to eat a cow, so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're in the process of eating it. You haven't finished eating it yet. Who knows? Maybe Stormwind will explode. Will break the lore. You won't get to finish that cow. The biggest tragedy of all. Who knows?
Well, that's the biggest tragedy in this entire D&D campaign. Not the ship blowing up, not Shalon, just Buhd not being able to eat a cow. It's very sad.
Very much so. Okay. So, last time Fresh off their victory in liberating the Gorduni ogres, our heroes have just finished moving and housing them in Stormwind's Cathedral District. While Captain Buhd was off speaking with them, Mirka, the SI-7 agent who had worked together with our party, informed them that Lyri Embersar was expected to report to the Old Town Barracks for her enrollment in the military. As our heroes then departed the scene, after reuniting with the young Blood Oath, they briefly stumbled upon their old foe, Nexus Lord Teeironor, who seemed most amicable to future business deals, and later upon High Sorcerer Andromath together with Lord Gideon Eriksson, someone known by the party as a Silvermane collaborator or agent with fell magic powers. While most of our heroes moved on, Captain Bladebeard, intent on having the nobleman face justice, attacked him alongside two guards that he had convinced to aid him. The dwarf realized his error too late, or maybe he didn't ever realize it, as Gideon did not resist the assault and successfully framed the pirate for attempted murder. Although I don't know if you can call it framing if that's what actually happened. Anyway, Andromath then brought Bladebeard in to face the king's justice, and our hero found himself imprisoned in the royal dungeons with a trial pending next week, with his own lawyer apparently imprisoned in the stockades now. Meanwhile, after briefly speaking with the king, the rest of our party reunited with Joseph, Benjamin Aaran's father, in the keep's guest quarters. There, they discussed their options, including the possibility of accepting a mercenary contract from the king to search the underground tunnels of Stormwind, and they also discussed the future of the ogres. Soon afterwards, they were informed of Bladebeard's misdeed, throwing many of their plans up in the air. So, as sort of promised, stated last time, though I don't know if I did that on air or if I did that after we already finished recording, basically, we're gonna start this session with Bladebeard, DoomGoblin. What's up? You find yourself in a prison cell, a different one this time than the one you were in prison before. What are you doing, or would you like me to describe anything to you, like your environment or anything?
I think I understand what's going on. I'm in like actual jail cell, not in a fancy room like we were before. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's say that Bladebeard is like sitting in a meditating position with his eyes closed, and so last time what the entity inside of my brain said was that for once my lie was true, right?
Yes, and it also said another thing.
Yeah, like something about chaos and death.
Disorder and death, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to interpret that as, I lied that Gideon is a demon, so entity thinks that he's actually a demon, not just a warlock. And yeah, I would like to ask it, how can I prove to all these other idiots that he is actually a demon? How is there a way to make them see?
And you would hear like the voices. You're using your stunt, by the way, correct?
Yeah.
You'd hear the voices reply in your mind. Now let me think a little bit on how exactly to phrase it, because you did mention before, oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna ask. And like, I know the general idea of what it's gonna say, but I haven't figured out the phrasing yet. So give me a second. It's gonna say, release me onto it, and I will reveal the truth. The mask shall be pulled off.
All right. I guess I thought it would be something more simple, like I need to sing a song or say his real name. But alright, I will release you, whatever you are, onto him.
Give me a clever.
Amazing.
Very much so. Yeah, that's all you get. With your stunt, that is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can I still talk to the entity even though I'm no longer using my stun?
You can attempt to. Try to talk, and based on what you say, I will determine if it responds or not.
By the way, what exactly are you again? I don't think you ever introduced yourself.
I don't think it will reply. Although it will not reply. Oh yeah, we rolled last time, and you kept most of your items. Actually, all of your items except like your big weapons, correct?
Yeah. Maybe my guns as well. They took my guns and my swords.
But you still have like your small daggers and like your Prince Anduin and like the hourglass, etc., correct?
Yeah.
The hourglass starts glowing, and yeah, it. Where do you have it hidden, by the way?
How big is it again?
Like, say, the size like of a human hand, fingers included. Like human IRL, not human in Warcraft.
Yeah. That's very different. All right.
Human male, I should say.
Let's say I keep it in like on the inside of my coat, in like some sort of a I don't know.
Your coat starts glowing, like emitting a pretty noticeable blue glow, and you hear the familiar voice of the like menu, I suppose, the like main menu voice, say, "You have a pending message, Master."
I open my eyes and look if anyone else heard that.
Give me a careful. No, but with that roll, I will also mention that like your cell, like other than the bars that lead to like the main hallway, your cell is like isolated from other cells. Like it's a big solid wall that separates it from other cells. So it's unlikely that someone in another cell heard it. More likely it would be someone in the hallways. Currently there's no guard next to you, but you do hear like footsteps of like guards on patrol, and you can quickly come to the conclusion that for the moment you're safe, but if like a guard comes up to even in fairly close proximity to your cell, this will be heard.
All right. Yeah, whatever. I'll take the hourglass and say, "Oh yeah, Alexa, open the message."
Processing. Above board, is there someone in Bladebeard's life named Alexa that you know? Because the hourglass would show that person.
I don't know. I was just doing a joke, but maybe. Let's say some woman.
Any race in mind?
Dwarf.
Sure. This old dwarven woman, one of your old flames, probably like from like a very long time ago shows up. You probably seem very surprised to see her. You didn't even know that she was alive anymore. And she says in her voice, let me think for a little bit. Yeah, it would say, with Sif gone, what the hell am I supposed to do now? You can show me visions of her, right? You can show me where I went wrong, right? Come on. I just need some. And the message cuts off. You don't remember anyone by the name of Sif.
Yeah. So what I, DoomGoblin, understood was that the hourglass shown a memory of Loken, but he was a dwarven woman
Named
instead.
Alexa. Yes.
Yeah. But to Bladebeard that means absolutely nothing.
It probably means that like your old flame from 20 plus years ago is somehow evolved in weird magics. That's what it means probably. Or that she's in your head somehow.
Who the hell is Sif? I try to remember if any of my lovers was called Sif.
No roll required. Nobody you know fits that name. Well, I guess give me a careful, but I'll require like a critical success.
Oh, sorry, that was clever.
Try again. Okay.
Even worse, somehow.
Above board I was gonna say, oh, maybe you heard mention in like some weird ancient legend that maybe your mother told you once when you were in bed, but because you didn't get that roll, you don't get that information. Like Bladebeard doesn't.
Alright. What the hell does Sif and Alexa have to do with the demon? Huh. Whatever. I'll put the hourglass back in my pocket.
It has also stopped glowing on that note. Anything else for the next couple minutes?
No. He'll just sit and wait.
You will hear several footsteps approaching you. You recognize like the armored footsteps of guards, but also like some footsteps that don't seem to be like of armored people.
Alright.
And eventually you will see two guards accompanied by John and Tomo. John will say, "Captain, why are you in prison again?"
Well, my body might be in prison, but my mind is free.
What? You see that Tomo is nodding, like, yes, that makes sense.
I tried to kill a demon, but everyone else thinks that he's not a demon, so that they believed him over me. Bunch of morons.
Well, is there, have you heard the news about Chisel?
No.
Well, the guards told us when you got arrested, how should I say this to Mold and say, he was arrested for possession of illegal narcotics.
Alright, he's a lawyer. He's gonna get himself. Maybe he has a lawyer friend that will get him out of the prison. I don't know, he's a lawyer, he knows how to bend the law to his will.
More importantly, Captain, what are you gonna do now that he's, well, unavailable, says John.
I don't know. I will wait and see.
John and Tomo look at each other. John looks confused. Tomo has an unreadable expression as always. John says, "What should we tell your mother?"
I don't know. Where is she?
She insisted on leaving the keep. We couldn't really stop her, and Tomo then interrupt. She told John to fuck off when he tried to follow. Hey.
All right. I mean, I'm more worried about warlocks that try to kill her than her.
There's warlocks trying to kill her, says John.
Oh yeah. The warlocks trying to kill everyone.
John will look at Tomo, who'll shrug, and he'll say, well, what should we do?
I don't know. Try to find her. Try to make sure she's not dead.
Sure. Will do, Captain. Not Tomo. John will look at Tomo, as if to say, should we go? Tomo will say, Captain, do you remember something I mentioned about arcane dust?
Oh yeah.
If you ever find yourself in a situation where you would be able to talk with me freely, I suppose, the offer stands.
Yeah. I remember. All right.
The guards look suspiciously at Tomo, but say nothing.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything you can do to help, except for I don't know, finding some kind of proof that guy's a demon.
Who is the person that you assaulted?
Guy called Gideon. He's a noble, I guess. He has a red shirt and I don't know what kind of pants anymore.
Well, duly noted, Captain. It's, well, no promises that he is actually a demon, though, so I can't promise that we will be successful in our endeavor.
Can you maybe try to find the Draenei?
Which Draenei?
Arik? He might be still in the keep. He's a priest. They know a lot about demons, right?
Above board, I don't think John or Tomo have ever met Arik.
No.
So Tomo will just look... Oh, he'll have a somewhat puzzled expression if you can somehow discern emotions on Tomo's face. And John will say, Captain, to be blunt, we're not entirely sure you're not hallucinating.
Huh. I'm not either. But yeah, find the Draenei. Find Arik. Tell him to come here. If he can. If he wants.
We will do our best, I guess, says John. Tomo will say, Draenei should be easy enough to find in this keep of humans. And he'll nod like satisfactory.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Well, I shouldn't be in this jail for too long because I'm innocent.
Any mess... Oh no, your microphone is acting up, I think, DoomGoblin. Can you hear us? Yes. Yep.
All right.
Yep. The last thing you said, you shouldn't be in this jail cell for too long because you're innocent, and then it started acting up.
Oh, I don't believe I said anything after that.
Oh, then it must have been someone else. My bad. Yeah. All right. Tomo will say, any message we should take to the other companions?
Well, tell them that the guy is a demon if they still didn't realize that, and they should kill him before he kills more innocent people and stuff. Before he sacrifices virgins or whatever demons do.
John looks perturbed. Tomo doesn't seem to react and says, very well, Captain, though I make no promises that they will agree.
Alright.
Tomo will nod. John will still give you a like WTF look, but he'll also like bow a little bit and he'll say, we'll get you out of here sooner than later, Captain, and we'll be back to the good old days of sailing perfectly legitimate vessels on the sea, looking at the guard.
Aye. Yeah.
Hi. And John will nod again, and they will both depart along with the two guards. Do you do or say anything else before we check up on the other members of the party?
Nope.
Okay. Meanwhile, Benjamin, Buhd, and Lyri, last we left off, you guys have just like come back to the dining room where Joseph has requisitioned 2 bottles of alcohol. What are you guys doing at the moment?
Say Bud's.
I guess. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say Bud's just gonna go back to eating the cow.
Yeah, I guess. Benjamin's just sitting at the table, doing whatever.
Lyri will sit there kind of impatiently, tapping her foot.
Joseph will say, while he's opening one of the bottles, he'll say, well, looking at Benjamin and Lyri, well, you all should follow your companion's example and eat something. No, nothing good will come from an empty stomach.
Well, I guess you're right. It's just that, I guess the stress took away the hunger.
We have better things to do.
Suit yourself. He'll like motion to one of the servers. Can you give my boy over here one of today's specials? And the server gives like an annoyed look, but like goes off to fulfill that request.
Benjamin. Lyri just kind of looks over at him.
Yeah?
What are we gonna do?
Well, I still think it's probably for the best that we do this job, since we kind of accepted doing it, and, well, you sort of have to show up to that lady at 6, right?
Above board, just to remind you guys, the king mentioned that the job is for Benjamin and Buhd. Lyri will just have to go because she's a conscript.
Fair enough.
I'm not a fan of how it feels like this city's getting its grips in us. I want to go back to Stranglethorn.
Oh, I certainly don't.
It feels like we all have something to lose here. I'm not a fan of this, Benjamin.
Well, I think...
nothing to gain. No point.
Well, and Stranglethorn is way too damp and wet and hot, and I hate it. Oh, and there's goblins too.
Uh-huh. How much longer till I have to meet that person?
About 3 hours. Above board.
Do you really think, like, they'll accept me arriving early? I can't be bothered with this, Benjamin.
Well, I mean, worst case scenario, you're discharged for, I don't know, mental instability.
The turning up army?
No, I just meant. Well, never mind. All I'm saying is, I'm sure you'll do well.
I don't want to be in Stormwind military.
Well, you brought this on yourself. It's not my fault.
I didn't bring anything on myself.
Well, you did. I don't know how it is up in Silvermoon, but here we certainly don't offer ourselves up to join the army when we're thankful for something, I guess.
You'll hear a knock on the door of the dining room.
Oh no, they're gonna make Buhd not eat his cow again.
And someone will open the door, and that someone is Tamal. And he'll say, "Hello everybody, nice to see you all again. Captain Bladebeard said that we should all go and kill or unmask the demon that he tried to assault, and that we should look for the help of one Draenei Arik. Do you know where I might find them?"
I believe he was staying in one of the rooms, but I don't know what I think of this whole killing business.
The captain was quite adamant, although he was also adamant that, well, he may not be in the right state of mind.
I just narrow my eyes and go, right.
Right. I shall go and seek out the Draenei. Feel free to join me.
Sure, if you don't find them, just come back. We're just finishing our meal, and, yeah.
Very well. And Tamal will close the door, and Joseph, your father, will say, still can't get used to him.
Well, yeah, it's strange that the weirdest thing is that you can't read his face, but in a certain way, you sort of can. It's very strange.
He just shudders and he says, "He's literally being held together by bandages. What the hell is that all about?"
Yeah, I haven't bothered asking because I'm not sure I want to know.
The server will return with your meal, Thompshire. Benjamin, my bad. And I presume you guys allow him to place it on the table?
Yeah.
He will place the covered plate on your table and remove the cover. It's a lovely steak with vegetables, but you also see, as he departs, a piece of paper on top of the steak.
Well, I guess the special came with an extra, and I pick up the paper and open it.
It's a very brief message that says, "What will it take for you people to leave Stormwind? Reply to the guardsman outside the door."
I just sigh and pass the paper over to Lyri. I give you the paper.
The what?
The paper. I just
The
got.
paper? I take the paper.
Benjamin's meal came with a small paper that says, "What will it take for you people to leave Stormwind? Reply to the guardsman outside the door."
Reply to the guards outside the door?
The guardsman, singular, the individual guard outside the door.
That's interesting.
Well, so much for taking those people down.
Yeah. But So much for. This is probably the best terms we can leave Stormwind on, right? No crimes, no nothing.
Are
Have
you
you forgotten Bladebeard?
are you thinking of deserting again? Says Joseph.
Again?
Above board in the previous session, you guys were talking a lot about that. That's why he mentioned again.
As he says that, I just sort of take the paper from Lyri's hand and just give it to my father.
He looks at it and shakes off the bit of sauce from it and reads it and says, "What's this all about?"
Well, probably still whatever's left of that group that doesn't want us here meddling in their business.
Maybe I can get a nice first class ticket to Quartales.
But what do? You're unaware of what everyone else is talking about.
What's happening over there?
Well, the people who don't like us want us to leave. Simple as that.
What people?
Well, probably whoever my uncle was in tune with.
Your uncle was captured?
Yes, the very same.
I thought we'd deal with all the baddies. We took out the ogres that were bad, and the mean jailer ladies. Who else is there?
Well, there's that Clovis guy that managed to escape, and maybe this, well, almost for sure this Lord Gideon, and I'm sure there's many more people we haven't met yet, since they seem so ingrained in Stormwind already.
Above board, do you guys need a reminder of who you suspect to be the leadership of the Silvermane?
Sure.
So, there's obviously Elswith, that she fled to Westfall, and you think she won't be a threat in the future, but obviously you can't be sure. There's Gideon, the guy Bladebeard, assaulted. There's a lady named Amelia. Lyri. DoomGoblin met an Amelia who was in audience with the king, a military lady, and Lyri also met an Amelia whom she chopped an arm off in the Brawlers Guild. There's also the hooded guy above board Castilian who fled to Undercity, and there's your uncle in prison. Got all of that? Sorry if I spoke too quickly.
Yeah, a lot of people that don't like us.
Yeah. Your father would say, should I get another bottle?
Might as well.
He will pass to you the one he opened, and he'll pass to Lyri the unopened one, and he will get up and wander over to the kitchens. You'll need that, says Joseph. He passed you an unopened bottle of what looks to be wine.
Oh, thanks. Lyri takes it. Okay.
Currently, it's just the three of you in the room as Joseph went off to get another bottle. Or bottles plural, you don't know.
But do you think we should break out the ogres now and just run?
Breaking them out of what?
Stormwind?
Are they captured here?
No,
I
but
thought
they
we
could
break
be
them
if
out.
we don't stay. on our good behavior.
Well, we're gonna leave with the ogre soon. I thought.
No, because we need to wait for Bladebeard's trial.
Well, I'm sure it'll be fine, right?
Well, how long Bladebeard's trial going to take?
It'll start in a week, probably. Will take a couple days to wrap up. I don't know.
Ogres might not like that long.
Yeah.
Above board, Bud, you're fairly sure you can keep them in line for like 2 to 3 days, but you're not sure after that.
Yeah, that's why Bud's like, I don't know, about a week.
We should take the opportunity we have now with this note and leave.
How is this an opportunity?
It's not for you because your dad is here and your dad's gonna get in trouble, but you know. Here's my plan, alright? We get Buhd and the ogres, we put them on a ship and we sell them away. Then me, you, Bladebeard, Bladebeard's mom, your dad, and Tamara John, we go somewhere else and we're now saved from Stormwind. Right?
Well, and what happens in the meantime?
Nothing. There's nothing going on in Stormwind. We're free.
Are we gonna take on my ogre
Well,
friends?
once more we'll become criminals, and I won't be able to put my feet home ever.
We're already criminals.
Bladebeard is, and he brought that upon himself.
They're gonna make me a criminal, Benjamin.
I'm sorry, but that's your fault. You should just clear that up somehow, okay?
I
you
think they
could-
just want to get me in the military as payback. I don't know.
How is it payback? You offered.
Because I killed a bunch of gods.
Maybe you could fake your death.
Could be a good idea. How would we
Look,
do that, though?
you didn't hear this from me, but if you show yourself to be incapable, they'll probably discharge you, as I said.
So just be myself and they'll just let me go?
Well, as long as you don't kill anyone, maybe.
Alright. In fact,
And
you know what?
don't-
I don't need someone to tell me. But I don't need to wait for that. I would just go to the old town barracks and make a fool out of myself, and then they won't accept me. Right?
Maybe? I don't
Only
know.
a sane
I've never
person
done
arrives
that.
on time, and Lyri kind of grabs the wine bottle, stands up, and starts heading out.
Have fun?
Don't die. That'd be a good plan too. Well, I told you to go die, but that was a fake die, not a real die.
Do you begin heading out, Lyri?
Mm-hmm.
As you open the door, you will, as mentioned in the note, see a guardsman at their post outside the door. He doesn't seem to pay you any mind necessarily, but you do remember what was inscribed on the note.
Lyri blinks like 5 times and kind of realizes who this is. Oh. Hello.
Oh, hello? May I help you?
If you could find a way to fake my death, that'd be somewhat useful.
I'm sorry?
That's all I need to say. And then Lyri kind of like takes a swig from the wine bottle.
He looks intimidated by that.
Lyri takes another swig from the wine bottle. And gives him like a fake drunken look.
Ma'am, you maybe take it easy for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll try. Lyri will turn around and start heading out.
Okay. As the guardsman will remain at his post, though with a very concerned expression. And as you're heading out, you will see another guardsman like walk in your direction, like you're heading to the, presumably to the royal court, and there's this guardsman coming from the court to the dining room.
Can I give him a look down?
Sure. Give me a careful.
Nope.
Ordinary guard. As he comes close to you and says, "Oh, I believe the name was Moarg. Is a Moarg? Can they be found in the dining room?"
Moa can be found in the dining room. I am Sin Lyri. I'm the Sorrow. And
Go ahead.
huh?
He will nod and notice the bottle and say, thank you for your time. And he will very quickly try to get away from you so that you're not his responsibility.
Okay. I let him go then.
Do you head into the throne room, or where do you head to?
Lyri, which way is the old town? Out of the castle. So whichever way is out of the castle.
Yeah, you have two options of exiting the castle, either through the throne room and then via the main corridor outside, or through the or take a detour to the royal library, which connects to the main corridor, and then outside.
Lyri's brain is functioning at a million a second. She's gonna decide, you know what? It'll be more embarrassing for me to walk drunkenly through the throne room, so she's gonna take another big swig of her wine and then proceed to hobble through the throne room.
Okay. We'll check back on you in a second, but Benjamin and Buhd, I was almost at Bladebeard. Benjamin and Buhd, you all will hear another knock on the door.
They're gonna make me not eat my cow.
We're popular today.
And the door will open, revealing a guard, a city guard, not a royal guard, I should mention. And he says, "Hello, is one Moarg here?"
Oh, that's also me. I am Moarg and also Buhd. Hello.
Hello. Well, I was told to look for a Captain Bladebeard, but then the king told me he was in a dungeon. And apparently the next best thing is you, Mr. Moarg. There's this guy, calls himself Nexus Lord Kamanar, something like that, and he says he wants to buy the ogres off of you. Does that make sense to you?
Buy the ogres? They want to buy my people again? Oh.
I'm just the messenger.
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to tell this Nexus guy no then.
He is currently waiting at, the ogre settlement, for lack of a better term.
Alright, I'll meet rest of cow later. Gotta go deal with Nexus Lord guy.
He nods, and he looks at, when the guardsman looks at you, Benjamin, like, are you related to this whole thing, or am I just speaking with the ogre? He doesn't say that.
I sort of knowingly shrug as in, yeah, I guess I am.
And then he'll slightly bow his head and make room for you guys if you want to exit the dining room. Up to you, obviously.
Yeah, well, Buhd will be on his way, I guess.
You can go on ahead. I'll catch up with you. I just don't want to leave my father again here without saying anything.
Okie dokie.
As you leave the room, Buhd, the guardsman motion for you to follow him. You guys will exit through the throne room as well, above board. And you also see at the door another guardsman. I don't remember, were you told that was Buhd told that speak to that guardsman regarding any demands?
I don't think so. I don't
Okay,
remember
so-
Buhd knowing that.
So that guard would not mean anything to you then. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Do you go on your way?
Yep.
Then very briefly, Benjamin, as you're probably waiting, less than a minute will pass until your father returns with 2 bottles in hand from the kitchens, which is a different door. You look around and say, just the 2 of us?
Sorry,
I'm not that stout of a drinker, you know.
Well, I guess we'll have leftovers then.
Suppose. What's the plan?
Well, since we're all getting split up again, and I've got to confront the guards somehow, I honestly just need a few moments to think of what to really do.
Well, if you need any advice, I'll be here. But you have a couple minutes until I'm incoherent, I guess.
Then just tell me straight. If you were in my position, what would you do?
He'll think for a little bit and like set the bottle down as he also sits down. He'll say, well, the way I raised you, Benjamin, was to keep family first, country second, and always try to do good. Now, well, the family part is a bit complicated, given, you know, Andor and everything. But I'm guessing, I don't know, do you see your friends as part of your family?
Benjamin just sighs for a moment. Well, I've really only known them for, a month now, but I know it's strange to say this, but it feels like we've been through almost a lifetime of adventures. So, in a way, I guess I really do consider them my family, in a way.
I understand what you mean more than you think. Probably, I think I had the same experience with the fellow members of my platoon back in the day. Well, I will pretend I did not hear any of what Miss Lyri said about, desertion and all that. And as I mentioned, in your position, family first, whatever that may mean, and then your country second. Doesn't mean you should forgo your country, obviously, just that some things have to take priority.
Well, but by helping one family, I might as well be putting another one in danger.
I can manage. I mean, whatever you do, Stormwind won't take vengeance on me. I'm innocent of whatever you and your friends will do. As for whatever evil warlock conspiracy, well, I think Stormwind knows that evil warlock conspiracy will come for me in their attempt to get at you, and, well, the evil warlock conspiracy knows that I will be watched over by Stormwind, let's say. So I'm safe enough, I think. Even if I'm safe just because I'm a very, very obvious bait.
Well, I. Well, what is best for them is that we just leave, but that's. It doesn't feel right that we leave Stormwind to whatever is going on, and. Well, you did say we should put family first, but is it worth it if it's at the cost of. Well, I wouldn't like to think of numbers, but since we don't really know what's going on, it's just that constant worry of what might be, you know?
He sighs and looks you with a very serious expression and says, Benny, one thing you learn while you're in the army, and you probably should have learned this, is that no individual and no small group of individuals, we are not heroes. We are not the ones who can change everything. You're quite frankly a mercenary that got caught way over his head in the conspiracies of some very dangerous powers. It's not your job to fix the world, and you shouldn't live under the expectation that you have to fix everything, even if you are involved in said things. There are just some things that are beyond you. Be honest, how do you plan on, hypothetically of course, how do you plan on going all the way to the Undercity to pursue whatever trails of this conspiracy while you're at it, since the Undercity is part of the Horde now? Are you going to conquer the place for the Alliance by yourself? What's your end goal here?
Well, that's sort of the thing. I just have no idea how to go about this. It's just, as you said, the scale is just massive.
Well, that's precisely the point. You don't have to go about this. You just have to do what feels right to you, and perhaps what's most important, to protect those that are closest to you and, well, yourself. Nobody else is gonna look after you in this world just so. Not many people are as heroic as you are, Benny. And don't get me wrong, I'm definitely proud of you for the fact that you feel responsible and for how you viewed all this craziness, but at the end of the day, you're not obligated to fix all the world's problems, even if somehow you may be involved in them. If nothing else, again, in your position, I try to lay low and keep those most important to me safe, whatever the cost. But I guess if you're hell-bent on being a hero, and don't get me wrong, I'd love to have a son as a hero, but, well, I'd much rather have a son and, well, one that's still alive. But if you're hell-bent on pursuing this adventure, well, you're gonna need as big of a stick as the stick that the enemy has, I'm guessing.
You know, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just looking at this the wrong way. And if I really am going to tackle this somehow, maybe it is just best that I look at it on a smaller scale, perhaps.
He nods at you and smiles.
Benjamin just kind of suddenly stands up. Well then, I guess I've got work to do.
I suppose so. I'll be here. Hopefully by the time you get back, I won't have finished the second bottle.
Well, since there's a chance I won't be coming back, I just,
I know.
well,
Me
I
too.
just want to thank you. We haven't had a conversation like this in, well, what feels like years, really. So I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you.
He nods a bit like sullenly and says, when all this craziness is over, I really should show you where she's buried at the very least. Give you a chance to say goodbye also.
Ben just kind of nods slowly and just says, well, and I'll make sure to stop by at home more often.
You're in the prime of your life, Benny. If I had the means, I probably would have traveled as much as you are traveling at the moment. Back in my day, you don't. I am and I will always be your father, but you don't have to be. You're not chained to me, is what I'm trying to say, I suppose. But yes, if you can, and if you ever feel like it, do visit me sometime. Though, given this entire weird situation, maybe next time you'll find me in the keep and not in Eastvale. Who knows?
Well, I guess that's what they call moving up in life.
He starts laughing and says, well, good luck out there.
Benjamin just nods and gives him a smile and heads for the door.
Meanwhile, before because whatever happens with Lyri might influence what you see outside the door. So let's check up on Lyri. Are you with us, Zelris?
Yep.
So you are drinking. I won't say drunk, but you are drinking. And you're heading to the throne room. What are you doing?
Just walking as gracefully as a drunk person can walk.
I guess I have more than one question. First off, you have started drinking, correct? You're not drunk yet, because it
Yeah,
has
she's not drunk. She's just pretending to, but she's
Okay.
She's exaggerating it.
That was my question, is if you're pretending to be drunk. Okay. As for the exaggeration, it will probably involve flashy rolls, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. Okay. No, I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. You are able to reach the door to the throne room. Again, there are guards stationed next to it. They look at you with concerned expressions as you walk by them, but they don't say anything.
Okay.
And do you exit into the throne room?
Yeah.
Into the throne room, you will see, first of all, the king just he appears to be inspecting some documents, and he's off in his own world. And there's also the royal guardsmen scattered throughout the room.
Lyri doesn't try and cause too much attention, but as she's heading towards the exit, she's gonna whistle really obnoxiously.
Okay.
She's gonna whistle a little tune.
Give me a flashy. You do that thing where you try to whistle, but you're just...
That's fine. That makes me look even worse.
Yeah, and the nearby guard looks at you and he has an expression of what the hell is this all about? He says nothing though. Just looks at you like, is this gonna be a problem? What should I do? If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need help, ma'am?
Not at all. Lyri will smile at him with a big smile.
Alright then. Carry on.
Lyri will walk sideways facing him.
He is also like staring at you like with with like concern, but also like slightly disgusted and also like slightly annoyed expression. Like all those emotions are going on his face at the moment. Do you still whistle? Try to whistle at least.
A little bit.
Yeah, he looks even more concerned and disgusted at you, but we'll say nothing.
Lyri will just head out then.
You head out. Do you like, is your goal to leave the keep, or are you heading somewhere within the keep?
She's heading to the old town.
Okay. Do you know where the Old Town Barracks is?
Wasn't I was near the SI7 place.
Yes.
I think Lyri would assume it's probably near there, considering it seems to be pretty isolated from everything else.
Fair enough. Okay. You begin heading in that direction. Meanwhile, Buhd, after you have exited the dining room, you were following the guard exiting the keep, correct?
Yeah.
The guard would take you through the throne room again, same thing that Lyri saw, the king going through some documents and the royal guards standing at attention. Nobody seems to pay you any attention.
Alright.
Well, maybe you see like a couple concerned looks because it is an ogre in the royal keep, but nobody will like say or do anything regarding your presence. Okay?
Okay.
Do you also go ahead and exit?
Yeah, I'd say so. I don't think Buhd really has too much to do.
Can I get a quick roll from both Buhd and Lyri?
Of what? Quick?
Quick, yeah. Zelris, because you're probably like not moving at a very fast pace and all, and Buhd, maybe you're like eager to meet with whatever this Nexus Lord is. As you begin going down the main corridor to leave the keep, you will spot Lyri in the distance also leaving the keep, and like, do you try to maintain that drunken facade, Lyri?
Is there anyone around that might notice?
Royal guards. And maybe like a few courtiers.
Lyri will stop it because it makes us seem more psycho.
Yeah, then Buhd, you would see Lyri in the distance. Lyri, if you were to turn back, you would see Buhd, but it's up to you if you do.
No, hi, Buhd.
Oh, hello.
Where are you going?
See some Nexus Lord. He wants to buy my ogres. I don't want him to do that.
What? Right. Where does he want to meet you again?
Over by where ogres are.
Where are the ogres?
Cathedral District, says the guard who was leading Buhd.
You know what? Yeah. Alright. Cathedral District it is.
Okay.
Meanwhile, because we have resolved that situation, but Benjamin, you exit the dining room and you see the guard that was mentioned in the note standing at attention.
I just give him a stare before I say anything. Does he react anywhere?
He looks at you and says, hello. There was this bald gentleman that said you are supposed to tell me something.
I just kind of sigh and say to myself, well, of course.
He looks like mildly concerned, I guess.
Well, tell them that I want the ogre safely delivered, Bladebeard legally freed, and that they don't lay a finger on my father. That's all I ask.
I'm guessing he'll know what that means.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Benjamin, feel free to roll a careful to see if this guy is in on it or is just a more or less innocent bystander. You're unable to tell with that roll.
Then I'll just say, it's an idea for a book, you see.
Oh. Are you a writer? Well, I guess that makes sense why you were in the guest quarter.
Well, not particularly guess, I'm just exploring.
You do have the king's permission, right?
Sorry?
You do have the king's permission, right?
For?
Exploring the guest quarters of the royal keep?
Oh, I meant exploring my writing ventures.
Oh, okay. He nods awkwardly.
I'll be going then. Keep up the good work.
Best of luck with your writing. I can't read, but I'll buy my mother a copy of your book.
Thank you very much. And I'll just keep walking away as I say that.
As you reach the throne room, same thing as everyone else. The king is going through some documents, and the royal guards are standing at attention.
I guess I just go through.
Just so I have it written down and I don't make any mistakes later. What you asked was Bladebeard to be set free, your father to be kept safe or not harmed, I guess, and the others...
I said Bladebeard should be legally freed. Legally being the key word.
Okay. Father kept not harmed, and the ogres transported safely. Correct?
Yeah.
That's a funny demand given the fact that you guys don't know where you want to take the ogres, but sure.
Oh, safely.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you move through the throne room. Give me a quick. Buhd and Lyri, can you also give me your quicks, but we'll add your quicks together to oppose Benjamin's? Okay, Buhd and Lyri are far gone by the time Benjamin exits the royal quarters. Okay. DoomGoblin, are you with us?
Yeah.
Some time will pass. Do you do or say anything in the meanwhile? There will be guards patrolling regularly if you want to talk to them or something, by the way.
No. He's doing push-ups.
Eventually a guard will come up to you, and the guard to yourself rather, and the guard will say, "Your friends want you to be legally freed, but that would be boring, don't you think?"
What? What friends?
Benjamin, Aaran, Captain Buhd, or Morg, I think, and Sin Lyri Ember Sorrow?
They want me to be legally freed.
That could take a while. Wait for the trial to go in your favor or be thrown out. That might take a while. Don't you agree that that's a boring solution?
Sounds pretty boring, yeah. You know what would be more fun? To kill the demon that I tried to kill and prove that I'm innocent.
I agree with you completely. So, if you were given the chance, would you take it?
Killing the demon?
Or and also getting out of here not so legally?
Not so legally is my legal middle name.
Of course.
It's not. It's not really. But yeah, I would.
He nods at you. First off, give me a careful. You somewhat recognize his features behind the helmet. And that voice. As of a certain bald man.
Clovis?
He does not respond. If you
No,
say that.
I'm asking the DM.
Above board, yes.
Clovis Smith.
Above board, yes.
All right.
And he will turn to depart. Do you do or say anything before he departs?
No one's watching me, right?
Do you ask him or do you ask me?
No one is watching me out of the character.
You don't see any other guards at the moment.
Is he watching me?
He's leaving.
Huh.
Give me another careful.
All right.
Okay. He begins to leave. Does he get to leave or?
Or should I attack him? I mean, I am in a...
You are behind bars and you also know that there's a magical field thingy that is preventing you from escaping.
Yeah, I guess I'll just remember that one of the guards is actually Clovis Smith.
Do you do or say anything for the next 15 seconds?
No, but I'll be kind of on my guard.
Where are you positioned in the jail cell?
Where can I be positioned?
Like it's a square room, like say 4x4 meters, something like that. There's a bucket for your toilet needs in one corner, and there's a straw bed in the other corner, and then on the opposite side are the bars.
All right, let's say I'm pissing in the bucket.
Okay. As you begin to like whatchamacallit? What's the verb I'm looking for? To remove your pants, I guess. I don't know. I'm fumbling on my word.
Pull down?
Pull down. Thank you very much, Thompshire. Yeah. As you begin to pull down your pants, you'll be knocked over by a very big explosion. A green explosion, as the bars of your jail cell have been removed, for lack of a better term, and the remnants are currently on Felfire.
All right. Can I leave the cell?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
There's the corridor, like you can go to your left or to your right. You came from your right when you were brought in.
And yeah, that's. I believe that's the way that leads to the stairs and to the rest of the castle.
Eventually, you'll reach a T section first. Not a T section, a cross section.
Hello, I say.
As you stand around there and say hello, you will hear the prison alarms go off. Don't think like electronic alarms, but rather a bell sound go off throughout the prison and the rushing footsteps of guards.
I should probably run. But that's what Clovis wants me to do. And I don't want to do what Clovis tells me to do. I'll like sit down on the floor.
Inside your jail cell or outside?
Outside.
Okay. Guards rush in and see like the big explosion site, and you standing there and say, "Hold it right there! Restrain him now!" And guards move in to restrain you.
Hello.
They tackle you to the ground. If you allow them.
Yeah, I'm already sitting.
Sure. They tackle you and restrain you tight and says, let's bring this to the king. He will decide his fate.
Great.
Okay. And you'll be taken to the king. Meanwhile, I guess let's going in initiative order. Benjamin first. Where are you heading now that you have exited the keep? You have above board. The whole Bladebeard thing will take place like a few minutes later, so you haven't like heard alarm bells or whatever yet.
I guess I'm heading towards the ogre place.
Okay. So everyone, Benjamin, Buhd, and Lyri are all heading towards the ogre place, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Skoll and Zelris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Zelris and Skoll, do you talk or do anything while you are on your way there? Talk about, rather.
No, Lyri just kind of keeps her eyes peeled.
Okay. What about Buhd?
I think Buhd might hum to himself, but that's about it.
Okay. And Benjamin, do you do or say anything while you are on your way?
I mean, I don't have anyone to say anything to.
There's people around.
Well, yeah, sure, but no, not particularly.
Sure thing. Okay. Then let's check up on Bladebeard and then we'll see what happens with like the ogres and such. Bladebeard, you are restrained by the guards and you are taken to the king. Do you do or say anything on your way there?
No.
Okay, give me a second while I look for something. Okay. Yeah, you are brought before the king. The alarm bells eventually like go are stop that's the word, stop. And you are brought before the king, who stands up very angry in his chair and says, "What's the meaning of this?" And the guard who like ordered for you to be tackled will say, escape attempt, your majesty." And he looks at you, Bladebeard, and says, "Well, what do you have to say for yourself?"
I did not try to escape. Gideon came to my cell and threw a giant green ball of fire at me. I'll use my stun.
Okay.
All right.
No, I want to allow you to use your stunts. It's just that, like, what you're saying seems like kind of physically impossible because Gideon is incapacitated at the moment. I want to allow you to use it, but can you help me a little bit? How would they rationalize this conflicting information? Did you hear me, DoomGoblin? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
DoomGoblin, are you with us?
I think the dilemma broke his brain.
Yeah.
Is he still on the call?
Yeah.
Hello, we saw that you typed, but I cannot hear if you're talking.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, but you can hear us. Oh, he can't hear us either.
Okay. I guess I'm not a Discord expert by any means.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
hello.
I'm
Hello.
alive.
I guess Discord must have bugged. So what did you hear me say?
You said that you wanna allow me to use my stunt, but help me how or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much, because like the gods will believe you, because they haven't like had much contact with Gideon, but the king personally saw Gideon be incapacitated. So, like, help me construct this rationale in the king's mind that Gideon, in spite of the fact that he's incapacitated, did blow up your jail cell with a fell fireball.
Well,
Also the fact that none of the prison guards saw Gideon come in. But yeah, we'll take it one.
Yeah, I guess you could say his underling Clovis was sent. I don't know.
Would you like to change your lie, DoomGoblin? Again, I'm not adverse to allowing you to use your stunt. Just help me. How would these guys rationalize it?
so if I say that Gideon's servant Clovis came to kill me, that would be a lie, but would I believe all of it? Like both Clovis and Gideon working together and them tried to kill me?
It's a stretch, but because it's your stunt, yes, they would believe it. That being said, the wording you used was Gideon's servant Clovis, which does not exclude the possibility that Clovis was working on his own, in spite of the fact of being Gideon's servant.
Yeah, I would still want it to be actually Gideon.
Okay.
But how? Well, I'm going to add Demon Gideon came to my cell and tried to kill me.
Okay.
Would that make sense?
No, but
Maybe
it's your stunt, so I'll have to allow it. But
maybe they believe that there are two Gideons. Maybe they believe there's someone impersonating him.
Sure, that's a rationale. So
A Gideon came.
okay, the king and the guards who were not in the dungeons will believe you. But what will the guards who are like patrolling and like didn't see Gideon? How will they believe it?
Well, I mean, I guess they believe that if they know who Gideon is, that's the guy I'm talking about.
Well, my question is, the guards who were in the dungeons, who like kept watch and didn't see anyone approach, how will they then believe that, oh yeah, Gideon passed us by without us noticing, even though we were in the corridors?
Because he's a demon. He can turn invisible. He can teleport.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. So what do you say? What's the exact wording when the king asks you? What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, Gideon suddenly appeared in my cell and tried to kill me with a giant green ball of fire. I tried to pretend to be dead, and he just flew away.
Okay, and I'm only allowing this because it's your stunt, because this is a very outlandish lie. Though funnily enough, not very far from the truth, I guess. Okay. The king looks stunned, as do the guards, and he will say, "Then let's question Gideon in person," and he will motion for you to be brought, still restrained, to follow him to visit Gideon.
I assure you, I cannot throw fireballs myself.
The king says nothing. You are still like dragged along by the guards.
Yeah.
And yeah, you walk through. I guess it would be the guest quarters, one of the rooms. You enter it, and you guys like barge in on a very wounded, coughing up blood Gideon as he's being cared for by a priest, not the Draenei priest on that note, just the human priest. And the priest will like stumble backwards, and the king will say, "Ares, we have a few questions for your patient." And Gideon will turn to look and say, "Your Majesty?" And the king will say, will ask, "How? Let me think. How were you able to break this dwarf out of his prison?" Sire, what? I'm asking you, how were you able to break this dwarf out of prison? To pass through the magical wards and destroy the prison? Your Majesty, I don't know what you're speaking of. And again, this is happening just because you use your stunt, DoomGoblin. But also feel free to do or say anything.
Can I, like, to myself in my head, just say, "Can you do your thing now? Do I need to touch him?"
Give me a flashy. You lost your stunt about you removed your stunt about getting people's attention, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so just give me a straight flashy.
Not too bad.
After you say that, you hear the word touch.
Alright. I'll keep watching for for a while.
Okay. The king will turn to the priest and say, "Your patient shall be moved to the dungeons from now. I assume you have no issues with providing healthcare there." No, Your Majesty. Good. And you, turning to Bladebeard, you shall be moved to a different cell this time, and keep him under watch. Are we?
Your Majesty, if I am correct that he's a demon, wouldn't be smarter to kill him as fast as possible? Right?
We're not certain if this is the demon or not, or if he took. I
can prove it if you just allow me to touch him. I have certain magical powers. I'm something of a wizard myself.
Give me a flashy, but this will be difficult. Take them to their cells.
Wait, let me see my aspects, and if I could fix that a bit. Do you have a number in mind?
Or 5. 5 was the number.
All right, so I just need +2. I mean, what would help me here? Would I can read people help?
How exactly?
Let me think.
What is Bladebeard trying to do exactly?
He's trying to get permission to touch Gideon.
Well, I mean, since he can read people, he knows how to manipulate them to accept what he wants.
He knows how to ask very, very politely.
Yeah, maybe I can see that Varian wants to get this done, and maybe I'm telling him the way that might work to resolve this, and he will accept.
Sure. I'll accept that, and I'll take one of your fate points, okay?
Yeah, take 2 if you need.
I will not. Okay. The king gives you a nod, and Gideon will say, "Your Majesty, surely I have the right to privacy." And the king will say, "It's just a touch, Lord Gideon. If he tries anything, I'll probably decapitate him on the spot." What do you do?
If I can, I don't know, grab his hand.
You are able to. Can you give me a careful? Okay. You feel this weird energy from inside you start rushing towards your hand. With that roll, you are unable to stop it if that's what you were trying to do. But as it reaches, where did you grab Gideon? His arm, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
As it reaches Gideon, you are suddenly knocked back from an explosion of magic. Not harmful, just like a pushback, if that makes sense. And in the place of Gideon stands pretty much something you called very, very exactly above board the Dreadlord that Buhd faced on Golden Skoll. But let me put the guy on screen once I find him. But yeah.
I called it. Haha. I'm smart.
Yes, you did, and yes, you are. Good on you. You're a very smart boy.
Good job.
And yeah, as it stands imposing and like as the guards begin to recover, he will say, the Dreadlord will say, "Impressive toy you have there, mortal." Let's see. Let's do the initiative order, I guess. Varian goes first, and Varian will immediately try to attack the Dreadlord, like unsheathing his blade. And he slashes the Dreadlord. Dreadlord's turn. He will try to attack you, Bladebeard. How do you defend yourself? He'll try to lunge at you.
I'll try to run away.
Give me a quick, please. How do you take 4 points of damage?
Or maybe just 2 because of my stun.
What was the wording on your stunt? Remind me?
If he's bigger than me and I'm quickly dodging,
Alright, okay.
I guess +2.
Yep. How do you take 2 points of damage?
Also, do Gideon's consequences count here?
No, and neither do his aspects. Like,
Did he like come out of Gideon's body, or like is his body like unconscious somewhere, or did he just turn into a demon?
well, if you're to look, yeah, you will see the Dreadlord standing on top of Gideon. Gideon is either unconscious or dead. You don't know exactly.
Alright, yeah, I'll take a level 2 stress.
Okay, it is your turn.
Aha! I told you so! I told you he was a demon!
To arms, guards, says Varian.
Oh, yeah, he said that I have nice toys. Nice toy, right?
What?
The demon, he said something about a toy.
I think he said... Oh, I guess he did. Yeah, I guess he did.
I have more toys you might like. I'm going to pull out a dagger and throw it at him.
Give me a forceful attack, I guess.
What? Alright. Okay, I'm gonna throw it very swiftly.
Sure, give me a quick. He deflects it with ease. The guards will try to protect the king pretty much by creating an advantage. And they fail. They are too startled by these events. The king will continue his attack. And deal 4 points of damage to the Dreadlord.
Varian will solo the Dreadlord.
Very, very likely. Yeah, I'll call it slashed up, I guess. Okay. The Dreadlord, seeing this, I think will concede the fight because Varian outstats him by a very significant margin. DoomGoblin, what are your terms for his concession?
I mean... I don't know. What are my options? Can he get imprisoned, or must he escape?
Well, you're the winner, so you get most of the say here. He'd very much like to keep his life. If you remember back on Golden Skull when he conceded to Buhd. That concession was that he leave Golden Skull and never return. And yeah, he did never return to Golden Skull.
Yeah, I would rather he... But people of Stormwind don't take demons as prisoners.
I mean,
do they?
I mean, you're the one deciding. So if you want him to be taken prisoner, sure. He probably will not be kept prisoner in Stormwind. Rather, like he'll probably be restrained, and then the king will call for someone from Aaran to like take him or something.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So seeing the fact that the king will like pretty much kill him if the situation goes on. The Dreadlord like surrenders pretty much, and the king notices this and says, "Restrain him at once. He'll be a valuable source of information." And the guards very swiftly restrain the Dreadlord. The Dreadlord looks at you with absolute disdain, Bladebeard.
I smile and give him a wink, like he did to me.
He grunts at that, and the king says, "Put him in a special cell. We'll have to contact someone from Aaran as soon as possible." And yeah, basically, TLDR, the Dreadlord will be taken away. Do you want to do or say anything while this is happening?
I don't know. Should I have like some final words with the demon? No, I'll just stand by Varian, looking like a one.
Like you matter.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, that happens, and Varian will exit the room and go to the throne room. I'm guessing you follow, correct?
Yeah. Maybe Bladebeard, like at first he doesn't notice that Varian is gone, and like, oh shit, and starts following.
The priest is still standing in the room, absolutely stunned on that note. And yeah, you follow Varian to the throne room, and you'll notice that that you still have two guards like behind you, and as Varian sits down, he'll say, "So it was true that he was a demon, but nevertheless you took the absolute wrong way to reveal his true identity."
I admit, maybe I could have handled that better, but I thought that, killing him as quick as possible was the best way, and I tried to do it near you, and he kind of fooled me. Oh well, he fooled us all.
Clearly. Well,
but I've learned from my mistakes. If you want, I can roll sneaky.
I mean, I guess, give me a roll. He says nothing.
Obviously, Bladebeard did not learn from his mistakes.
He ignores your comments and will say, "Well, obviously you are cleared of the charge of attempted murder, given the fact that this wasn't a human after all. But keep this in mind, Captain Bladebeard, pirate, smuggler. You are not someone who is particularly welcome in Stormwind, and I suggest that you depart soon."
All right. But I also am a guy who revealed few of the
You are dismissed.
cultists. Sure. All right. As you wish, Your Majesty.
Yeah. Where do you head to?
When can I get my stuff back?
The king will sigh and he...
I'll ask one of the guards.
Okay. The guard looks around. That's not my jurisdiction.
Then whose it is?
The prison captains. Follow me.
All right. Thanks.
And TLDR, you'll be taken to the prison office where you will receive your stuff back. But feel free to do or say anything or look at something or someone if you'd like while this is happening.
I'll keep an eye if I see anyone familiar. Tamal, any of my friends.
Give me a careful. Nope. Anything else?
I guess I'll start making my way towards the... No, I know that my mother wasn't in the same room where I left her. But maybe others are there, right?
In the keep, you mean?
I guess.
As you walk, because of your earlier careful roll, you will feel a hand on your shoulder.
I try to look at the hand.
It's an ethereal hand.
Oh. Tamal.
Greetings, Captain. Quite the commotion you caused.
Yeah. I am hero once again, who saved the day from demons.
He nods. Where to, Captain?
Where are the others?
I believe Benjamin, Buhd, and Lyri left. John went to look for your mother, and I am here. And Benjamin's father is, I believe, still in the dining room.
Huh. Well, I should have probably mentioned that a evil demon worshipping assassin is in the castle. But I forgot about that.
I believe you did, Captain. And I believe you did take care of it. Did you not?
Oh, there is another.
Ah. That is mildly concerning.
Oi there, guard.
Hmm?
Is it Clovis?
Give me a careful. You can't tell.
What's your name, sir?
Actually, with that roll, yes, it is Clovis.
Oh, I'll spend a fate point and say I can read people.
Sure. Okay. You can't tell.
Is 2 enough to...
Two is enough that you can't tell for sure.
What's your name, sir or lady?
Michael?
Oh, hi, Michael. I know I'm not the most trusted person here, but hey, I just revealed to everyone that there was a demon in the castle. And I would also like to say that I suspect that Chloe Smith might still be here dressed as a guard.
Give me a flashy. Right. Understood. Carry on.
Alright, I just wanted to say that yeah, that he might be here.
Carry on, sir.
Alright, see ya, Michael.
Does not reply. Tomorrow after you've left, you say, I don't think he believed you.
Do you think Benjamin's father is in danger?
Probably.
Fuck it. I'll go back to the room where I think he is.
And where is that exactly?
Where I left my mom and Tamal and John last time.
Oh, so the dining room. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. You walk in and you see him passed out at a table with an empty bottle and a half-empty bottle.
He was poisoned.
Oh, I do believe alcohol is a type of poison, yes.
But maybe his alcohol was poisoned. I'll go and check his pulse.
Give me a careful. He is passed out drunk.
You might be right, Tamal. He's just drunk.
You can never know, Captain. Well, it's been millennia since I've experienced anything quite like alcohol, so I don't quite remember how it feels.
Millennia. That's a lot of years.
Indeed, Captain. Though you stop counting after a while.
Yeah, I guess. Are there guards around?
You saw a guard standing outside the dining room while you were on your way there, and there was probably also a guard at the entrance of that connects the guest quarters to the throne room.
Alright, he'll be fine.
Certainly, Captain.
Let's go. I mean, this is the Stormwind Keep. Probably the safest place in this damn city.
Of course, Captain.
I'll begin to leave.
Someone will follow. Do you... where do you head?
Oh, Tamal, where did you say that the rest of the fools are?
Remind me, I don't think he was privy to, like, the Nexus lore business, so he doesn't know about Benjamin, Buhd, and Lyri, correct?
I have no idea.
Do you guys remember? Thompshire?
I don't think he was.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Then he'll say, well, Benjamin, Buhd, and Lyri left. Not sure when or where. And John went to look for your mother. Not sure where. But I do know that when he left, just after we spoke with you in your jail cell.
Alright.
Also, Thompshire, Skoll, and Zelris, feel free to move your tokens on the map. DoomGoblin?
Yeah, I'll leave the keep and go to the Dwarven district.
Sure. Nobody will stop you or anything while that happens. So I guess let's check on Benjamin, Buhd, and Lyri. Well, actually, Buhd and Lyri, because Benjamin, you're a bit farther behind. You guys continue on your way. Again, you don't stop for anything or talk about anything, or do you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Are you paying any attention to what the townspeople are talking about?
I think Buhd is on a very one-track mind right now. But I don't know about other people.
Zelris, Thompshire?
Lyri is just slowly walking alongside the.
Again, my question was, are you paying any attention to what the townspeople are talking about?
I guess Lyri would try because she's kind of bored, and I imagine Buhd walks pretty slow, but.
Give me a careful. You don't hear anything new, like apart from stuff you've already heard. Like, apparently there's like a rat infestation at the Golden Keg, and like, oh, did you hear there's ogres in the Cathedral District? Like, nothing new. What about Thompshire? Benjamin, rather.
I guess since he's like keeping an eye out, he'd catch on the conversation or another.
Sure, give me a careful with your stunt applying. Same thing, you hear stuff that you've already heard earlier today about, oh, there's a rat infestation at the tavern, oh, there's ogres in the Cathedral District, nothing new. That was a very poor roll.
Yeah. Guess I'm a bit distressed or something.
From the way your token is positioned, are you going through the Dwarven District to head to the Cathedral? Benjamin?
Well, I mean, I guess it's the shortest way.
Well, the shortest way
you
would...
are... no, yeah, I guess I go through the canals.
Okay. Then, checking up on Buhd and Lyri, you guys would emerge into the Cathedral District, and you would see where at the, like, manor house where the ogres are housed, like, you see the guards standing guard, no pun intended, and a Nexus Lord, like, apparently, like, checking a notebook or something, next with, right next to the modified orc, I suppose, and the two ethereals who, instead of carrying their souvenirs, have, like, set them down on the ground. Buhd and Lyri?
I think Buhd would just approach the ethereals.
Lyri, do you go with Buhd?
Lyri goes with Buhd, but keeps a little bit of distance.
Again, you get these very nasty magical vibes from especially the Nexus Lord, but even more so from the modified orc.
Yeah.
But you approach, the Nexus Lord doesn't seem to be paying attention to you. So, like, give me a flashy.
Okay.
The Nexus Lord looks up and says, "Are you? I do not believe you are Captain Bladebeard."
Why would you be asking Bladebeard to buy my people?
Well, do I know you?
These ogres I just freed. I am Captain Buhd.
I do not know anyone by that name. And the guardsman who was with Buhd and Lyri will say to the Nexus Lord, "He's Moarg, the one I talked about?" The Nexus Lord looks momentarily puzzled and says, all right. You are the owner of these ogres. Greetings. My name is Nexus Lord Teeironor." And he extends a hand towards you.
Buhd does not shake it.
I suppose not all Azerothians are polite. Yes, we would be very much interested in acquiring these ogres. Fine specimens, even though they're in a bit of a rough condition.
Yeah, no, that not happening.
I'll name your price. Everything has a price.
No, I just freed my people. They are not to be sold.
Primitive notions of honor and loyalty. I understand. Well, how about this? He will motion for one of his guards to come closer, and the guard picks up one of the crates and walks up to you, and walks up to, not you, to the Nexus Lord, And the Nexus Lord puts his hand in the box and withdraws what looks to be like an extremely beautiful necklace made of like precious gems. Lyri, are you close by?
Yeah.
Give me a second. Can you give me a clever roll with your stunt applying?
4.
It's magical, but you're not sure in what way. Perhaps because you're a bit far away. The necklace.
Lyri will, I guess, take a step closer as she's noticed that the Nexus Lord is got a crate full of magical stuff, it seems.
The Nexus Lord says, "Oh, hello. And I don't believe we've met, but
We met earlier today, sir.
I apologize. I have a bad habit. I don't really remember people who don't make me money. Moarg, was it? Is this an acceptable price? These gems, I assure you, you will not be able to find their kind on Azeroth."
I'm
Can
not
I have
interested.
a look at these gems?
Oh, that's a pity, says to Buhd. And he says, who are you? Are you related to this gentleman?
Yes, this is my studious companion, Captain Buhd.
Mr. Buhd or Moarg? Is she with you?
She is my friend, yes.
Well, I will not allow you to touch them, milady, but you can inspect them. You know,
Lyri will inspect them.
give me another clever with your stunt applying. Okay.
Oh my goodness. An 8.
Yeah, they're definitely magical. And you also you sense like a lot of energy coming from them, and you realize they're somewhat familiar to you, although they're different. And like it's a similar concept to something you already know. TLDR, it's a necklace filled with like gems, and all these gems are soul gems, like actual souls.
Oh no.
I'm gonna compel Lyri.
Yeah.
I'm gonna compel her reckless scoundrel. She's like seeing these valuable gems and magic and stuff, so she's gonna do something not very smart, probably.
What you gonna do?
I don't know. You tell me.
Lyri kind of.
Do you accept the compel?
Sure, I guess.
Okay.
My only condition is that you touch them.
I touched them. Alright.
The rest is up to you.
Alright. Lyri kind of takes a step back and like strands it back up and like kind of looks up at Buhd and then at the necklace a couple times. Hey Buhd, I mean, maybe we could trade in like a couple ogres for this. This seems interesting.
No.
I mean, are you sure? I mean, look at them. Lyri kind of like quickly tries to like get a grip of the necklace.
The Nexus Lord was about to say, I would accept at least like a number of ogres. So Lyri, you try to like make a lunge for the necklace?
No, she kind of like quickly kind of like grabs it to like hold it up to Buhd.
Okay. Give me a quick. The ethereal bodyguard who's holding the box, like when you do this, like when he sees that you're reaching out with your hand for the necklace, he immediately closes the box.
How is he gonna accept a deal if he can't see it? Lyri kind of like gestures him to like open the box.
We are negotiating in good faith here. I would be willing to give up this necklace in exchange for 10 ogres. But I'm very much interested in the whole, what's the word? Tribe? Pack? Murder? I don't know what the exact word is.
No, come on, let me see the necklace. Come on, Bud. Let's have a look, right?
I'm
But-
not interested in some dumb necklace.
Well, I'm interested in the necklace, Bud.
Oh,
Why don't you go sell your people,
I don't have a people, but I certainly hope to save yours, so...
You don't get to sell people.
No, everything and everyone has a price. If you're not interested in the necklace, and he'll like shoot a guard away. By the way, your compel is still...
Yeah, I know.
Sure. He shoots the guard away. And he says, you look like the warrior type. Are you interested in perhaps an enchanted weapon? We can make something very, very powerful.
You should go away.
Lyri will try and like quickly open the crate to get a little peek inside.
Well, it's in the hands of the Ephemeral guard.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a quick.
Oh no! What
Gets worse and worse. I mean, you can use the fate point I gave
one
you.
fate point I've been given to give myself a boost, so it's not as embarrassing as getting a 1. No, in fact, I'll just re-roll. Can I use the fate point to re-roll?
Sure, what are you invoking?
I'm invoking Reckless Scoundrel because that's what got me in a situation. It's a very, very reckless thing to do.
Sure. Feel free to reroll.
Much better.
Yeah, very much better. Well, with that big of a roll, what do? You can even like snatch the crate if you want.
Lyri will snatch the crate, I guess, and try opening it and have a look inside. Maybe get a little grip on the necklace.
Okay.
Maybe a little mana tap. I don't know, consuming souls is gotta be fun.
Do I smell a compel?
Oh, another one. Do I want to... Don't you want to help me, Skoll?
No.
You know what? It's late. I don't think I'll use any more fate points, so let's go for it. And I'll compel Scheming Magi. Some magic would be great.
Wouldn't Lyri do this? It is a pretty nice necklace.
I don't think like you maybe just to like inform your character. You know that warlocks use soul gems, but you're not sure in what capacity. You don't know if they like mana tap them or not.
Yes, that seems not very warlock-esque. I'm gonna decline this to mana tap it. I'm declining this to compel.
Okay, that's one fate point gone from you. You now have the box in your hand, and you're able to like act for a little bit before the NPCs react because you are so quick.
Okay, I will pick out the necklace from the crate.
You pick it up.
I will then like tip it upside down and watch everything fall out apart from it.
It's the only thing in the crate.
Oh, okay. Lyri kind of like shakes the crate upside down, like comically.
I guess crate wasn't the right word to describe the thing. It's a
Oh,
box.
like a little,
It's a box.
Right. Lyri kind of shakes it upside down, comically, and then kind of, how big is this necklace? Would it fit around Bud's neck? Or...
You can see that it's like adjustable, if that makes sense. Like you can make it to fit your neck, you can make it to fit Bud's neck.
Lyri kind of like throws it over Bud's head.
Well, and this is the point where we start going in initiative order.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Oh boy.
Okay. Next is Lord Teeironor's turn. Seeing... Oh, right, I should write down the Ephemeral guards as well. But next is Lord Teeironor. Seeing this happening, he'll yell out, "Thief! Thief! I thought you Azrafians had honor." And he will try to Arcane Blast you, Lyri. How do you defend yourself?
Lyri will try and like quickly duck underneath it, like a cartoon character.
Give me a quick. How do you take six points of damage?
Oh no. My level 2 stress and my level 4 consequence, I guess.
Sure. Okay. The level 4 consequence will be when you get hit by it, you realize this isn't just arcane energy. Oh shit, it's also that really bad dagger-like energy. And you feel like... what's the word for like when a phantom wound hurts or something like that? Is there a word for that? If not...
Like a phantom pain?
Sure. Yeah, that's a good one. The level 4 consequence is phantom pain. Because you, like, when you come into contact with this magic, you also remember all the bad experiences from previous encounters with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Subject 7, aka the weird orc, on his turn will... His weapon is not sheathed at the sheathed at the moment. So he'll attempt to punch you in the face. How do you defend yourself, Lyri?
Considering she's got blasted of energy, I guess she'll try and like scramble up and roll out of the way.
Give me a quick.
You gotta be kidding me.
How do you take 3 points of damage?
I took my level 3 stress.
Sure. Benjamin, you're farther away. I will say... Well, can you give me a quick to see how soon you join the actual battle?
Sure.
Oh my.
Okay, you will join the actual battle on the next turn. Make sense?
Sure.
Okay. Buhd and Lyri.
Lyri scrambles behind Buhd and kind of elbows him to do something.
Buhd sighs at Lyri's antics.
Buhd, get your ogres to fight him right now.
They deserve rest, Lyri. We do.
Anyways, anyway, kill him.
Hand over the necklace, and we will resolve this amicably, says the Nexus Lord.
Is it on Buhd?
It's on Lyri.
Oh, I thought she threw it on Buhd.
Oh, my bad. Well, let's leave it up to Zelris. Zelris, when you picked out the necklace, you also saw like the Nexus Lord and Subject 7 rush at you. Would you still have thrown the necklace at Buhd?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Then she threw it at you. Buhd, would you have caught the necklace?
On instinct, yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. Then currently you possess the necklace.
Buhd would throw it back to the Nexus Lord. He has no interest in it, and he doesn't want to cause trouble in the city at all.
Okay. Then the Nexus Lord catches it, and he and Subject 7 and his guards stand down. We're out of combat for the moment, but I'll keep the initiative order up in case something happens again, okay?
Lyri will like, after seeing Buhd throw it, will like come back from behind him and be like, "Hey, take this too," and throws the box at them.
At who? Subject 7 or the Ephemeral or the guards?
Just roll like a d4 or something, I don't know.
Sure. At Subject 7, you throw the box at him and like almost like when you're like hitting an NPC in like a really bad video game. Like the box hits subject 7 who does not react. Like it looks like you almost hit a wall and it falls to the ground, and subject 7 completely ignores that.
Lyri immediately finds this disturbing and hides behind Budd again.
Now then, that was an unfortunate event, but I'm sure it's not something that can impede that should impede our negotiations. Well, good, Moarg, was it? I believe that everything and everyone has a price, and I'm most willing to be fair in our dealings. So, do you have something in mind?
I'm not interested in selling my people.
Well, I'm very, very interested in buying them, however. So, by the way, at this point, Benjamin, feel free to come into the scene and you'll see, from a distance at the moment, Buhd and a wounded Lyri talking with the Nexus Lord. And
Lyri's elbowing Buhd from behind. Hey, Buhd, the cannon. Scare them.
I'm not gonna shoot them.
I said scare them. Oh. Lyri looks frustrated.
I guess Benjamin just kind of slowly enters the scene, kind of cautious as to what is happening.
Do you like close in so that everyone can see you, or?
Yeah.
Okay. The Nexus Lord notices you and says, "Hello, Azerofian. I don't believe we've met. Are you with Buhd here?"
Yeah.
Is he with you? Asking Buhd.
Yes, he good friend.
No. Any friend of Buhd is a friend of mine. Well, as I was saying, I believe we can come to a mutually beneficial agreement in spite of this past incident. You're an ogre. How about, have you ever heard of the Gron?
Yes, I think.
Then I believe you would be most interested in this. He will begin casting a spell.
Should I be worried?
Lyri moves from hiding behind Buhd to hiding behind Benjamin.
Benjamin, you see that Lyri seems wounded.
Did you fall into the canals or something? Did the crocodile get you?
No. Some people just don't know how to handle... never mind.
I will, never mind.
Do you guys allow the Nexus Lord to finish his spell?
Yeah, I guess I'm just, again, cautious.
Lyri's too afraid to intervene.
Skoll? Buhd?
Yeah, I think Buhd will allow it. I don't see why he wouldn't.
And then the Nexus Lord will open up a small portal, like pretty much something that fits in his hand. With his other hand, he will reach into the portal and he will pull out a very imposing looking spear. And you will see that the spear is tipped with what seems to be a massive tooth, well, shaped into place, and says, "This is one of the finest exemplars in my armory. This, dear friend, is the horn of a Gron. Well, the spear itself contains the soul of a Gron. I believe his name was Zul the Eviscerator or something like that. It doesn't particularly matter. It's a very, very powerful artifact, and I'm willing to part with it in exchange for furthering our deal."
Buhd will look at it and inspect it, not by touching it or anything. He's just looking at it.
Can you give me a careful just to see what you can identify from it?
Yeah.
Okay. You immediately realize that the horn of a Gron, yeah, you've never met or seen a Gron, but you know that they're massive things. And you see that the horn was like very well placed into shape. It's a very beautiful spear, like very ornate, while also being very practical. And the way the Nexus Lord holds it, you realize that the balance is just right. The weight of the shaft is also of the shaft of the spear is like just right for like either someone of like the Nexus Lord stature or yourself, a big tall ogre, to wield. Like you can clearly tell it'll be a very powerful weapon in your hands. And you know that magical weapons are more powerful, and you'd realize with that roll, if the Nexus Lord is telling the truth, that this would be a very powerful magical weapon.
While Buhd clearly looks impressed by it, he still clearly looks like he doesn't want to buy it.
A good weapon, but no selling people for it.
You're driving a hard bargain, friend. What if we throw in the necklace as well?
Not interested in some dumb necklace.
Well, your friend clearly was interested.
She into dumb things.
Tell you what, the spear for you, the necklace for your female friend, and for your male friend, what would you be interested in?
Buhd gives Benjamin a very frustrated look.
Maybe he'd appreciate a girlfriend or something.
That can be arranged. Thompshire, are you with us?
Benjamin's brain couldn't take it, it's fried.
Is he still in the Discord call?
Yeah. Maybe he'd be upbeat for a second, worst time possible.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hello,
Oh.
hello.
Yeah, my internet struck for a moment. What's going on?
Basically, the Nexus Lords said, well, how about I give each of you like something valuable? The big fancy spear for Buhd, the necklace for Lyri, and then he asked, what would you, male friend of Buhd, want? And Lyri said maybe he'd like a girlfriend, and the Nexus Lord said, oh, that can be arranged.
Buhd, what's going on?
He wants to buy my people. I keep saying no.
What's a girlfriend got to do with that?
I guess Lyri wants to buy you a girlfriend. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not into buying people. Yeah.
No, then perhaps an item would be of interest. Are you the more spellcasting type, the more warrior type? I assure you that we can fit any and all demands you might have.
Wait, do you have any daggers? You're
So-
gonna poke out from behind Benjamin.
Certainly.
Okay.
Are you
But
looking
I
for
think-
anything in particular?
I mean, I'd like some daggers that are strong. Strong.
I believe we can make that part of the deal. And then he turns to Buhd and Benjamin.
Come on, bud. Can we at least give them the ogre I saved?
Well, I would require at least, well, depending on the price we set, all these items, I'd require at least 10 of them.
You are not selling my people, Lyri. I am... No more discussions. I'm putting foot down.
Oh, come on, Buhd. I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. Well, I believe, again, everything and anyone has a price, and we are willing to pay a big price for such magnificent specimens.
Buhd not selling people.
He looks in Benjamin's direction. The Nexus Lord.
Don't look at me. I agree with Bud here. Then I'll tap his shoulder.
Wait, and when I specified strong dagger, I don't mean Zarataf, alright? I'm just... Lyri kind of like stutters out from behind Benjamin.
The Nexus Lord like looks at his servants, and the two Ephemerals like shrug at him, and the Nexus Lord turns back and says, "I do not know what that is, but if you give me enough time, I'm sure I can acquire it."
No, don't acquire it. Do not acquire it. The opposite of it. Everything but it.
Oh, very well. Dear Azarofian, he looks at Lyri. How much for you to betray your friends and sell the ogres to me?
Lyri kind of has a big smirk on her face and looks over at Buhd.
Wait, can we hear this?
Yeah, he says it like out loud.
Bud looks very sad.
Lyri kind of looks disgusted at Buhd looking sad. Betray my friends?
The necklace,
I mean-
special daggers, this spear, anything in mind?
I mean, I can't lift a spear, but what could I lift? Maybe a nice set of armor?
That can be arranged.
Okay. A nice set of armor, a dagger or two. Yeah. Lyri kind of looks at it.
Can you give her a bit of dignity too?
Lyri kind of like chokes on her words and looks at Benjamin and like elbows him.
Any preference on the material? Leather, plate, mail?
Indestructible.
Well, certainly, but my question stands.
Leathery. Yes, leathery.
That can be arranged. He nods at you and turns to Benjamin. Do you have a price? I'm willing to deal if dear Buhd here isn't willing to sell.
Well, you're better off trying to convince Lyri, I think.
Who is Lyri?
I shrug.
I'm Lyri.
The Nexus Lord once again begins conjuring the spell. You recognize it's the same motions as before when he made the mini portal. Do you guys allow him to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the guard just standing there, just looking at it?
He is backing off. Like when the conflict started with Lyri, he backed off. He did not want to be involved. There's still guards nearby, but like they're keeping a watch, but they're keeping a wide berth.
Bud gives a very concerned look to Benjamin.
Are we done here?
Where'd you get these weapons from, anyway?
Well, from various places. The spear was specially made after an agent of ours slew, said Gron. The daggers, well, we received them after a particularly unfortuitous business trip on Zoroth. It's a very long story. As for the armor, it was specially made with materials readily available near our base. And he finishes casting the spell of a mini portal and once again shoves his hand inside to like fetch items.
You know, this seems awfully convenient. We should learn to do something like this.
Oh, I can teach you the spell. We can add it to our negotiated price.
Oh, Harry kind of like is puck up and look at Benjamin.
I believe it would be worth 1 ogre.
An ogre. Bud.
By the way,
But-
just in case it wasn't clear, he's paying you to betray Bud and Benjamin.
Yeah, I know. But Lyri doesn't really kind of get that. She's still trying to get them into this.
I'm not selling my people, Lyri.
But think about, this is a spell that I'm not even sure the people in Corthalas know about. I mean, it seems awfully exotic. Would this not be for the betterment of all people? I mean, it's just an ogre.
Bud looks very unamused and
Hey,
upset.
Buhd, how about we sell Lyri? She's a very interesting specimen, isn't she?
The Nexus Lord like pauses mid search through the portal and says, "Yeah, I admit she does seem very, very interesting. Although we don't have to talk about selling. Would you like to come with us, Lady Lilmi?"
Come with you where? Bud, Benjamin, you're not... Have any... I know what happened to the last person we saw. This is...
Well,
Bud clearly looks unamused, but you know he's not saying anything. He's just upset.
Well, regardless, and he finishes like digging through the mini portal, and he unveils 2 very jagged looking daggers that also look like they're something's teeth, if that makes sense. It's carved into shape, but they do look like very, very sharp. And Lyri, for the daggers, can you roll me a clever with your stunt applying? With your stunt applying, yeah. You sense fell magic from them, powerful fell magic from the daggers. As for the armor, it looks like leather, but it's like clearly not only do you like sense magic from it, but it very clearly like oozes a weird purple mist, and you don't even need to roll to recognize the familiar void magics. Is this not to your liking?
The armor, not so much, but...
I assure you it's top quality.
Yes, but it seems to be dealing in magics that I find less than preferable. Very kind of like...
What a narrow-minded attitude. No magic is beyond exploiting.
Well, I've been permanently disfigured by said magic, so I prefer not to exacerbate that.
Well then, so much the better. Why, he like motions at himself. I have been permanently disfigured by several forms of magic, particularly void magic, and yet I still wield it. And like he shakes the armor as if to say, "See, I still wield it."
Yeah. I guess you do.
But if you'd like a different piece, we can come to an agreement in that sense.
Is there anything to help me be a bit more sneaky? You know, I'm one who doesn't like to be seen. Maybe there's some kind of piece fashioned for stealth, possibly. I mean, I'd be willing to sell an ogre for that.
Bud glares at Lyri now.
But can I just slap her?
I'm not going to stop you. She's very upsetting me today.
Okay. I'm just gonna turn around and just swing.
Lyri, do you defend yourself?
No.
Okay. Benjamin, you slap her or hit her or whatever you'd like to do.
Yeah, just slap her like a good wake up slap, not a slap to really hurt her. Just, just stop being stupid.
Lyri recoils and instinctively pulls out her gun.
Benjamin kind of just takes a step back and like slightly raises his hands.
Larry puts it away, kind of angrily. Snorts at him.
Are you done now?
Hmm?
Can you just stop trying to sell the ogre like some sort of slave trader?
I believe I have a type of armor that you're requesting. All the while he was just like stroking his chin thinking. And he'll once again conjure a mini portal. Feel free to continue talking.
I mean, listen, I'm doing this for the betterment of the community. I mean, the trip there is going to be long and difficult. Many ogres might die from starvation and not having enough rations. I think we should swim out the hut right now so we have a better chance of
Hey, you might just die in our adventures, so why don't you go with this gentleman to where God knows where and have some fun?
I'm reliable, alright? Some of these ogres, they're past their prime, alright? It's probably best for us to get rid of the weak, keep the strong, and we have a better chance of all surviving together. And I mean,
So you're saying that next time we should leave you in Westfall?
you wouldn't have made it out of that cave without me. Don't forget that. Wait, you went in the cave. You don't understand then.
Well, I've heard some very interesting stories from that cave, so I wonder.
Stories about how I was not touched a single time.
Well, and how about you attacking your own allies?
I did not attack my own allies. I made a tactical decision, such as this one right here, and it wasn't what I did,
help me here, you were there, weren't you?
The Nexus Lord has finished. The Nexus Lord has finished his spell, and pulls out an item, but he waits for you guys to finish arguing before marketing it.
Lyri kind of notices the items ready and kind of like stops in the middle of a sentence and turns to the Nexus Lord.
He like unfurls it, and it looks to be like a short sleeve shirt that looks to be like fairly plain. It looks like leather, and he says, "This is highly experimental, but..." And you sense like a small touch of arcane magic, like coming from the Nexus Lord into the shirt, and suddenly the shirt turns invisible.
Oh, great! You'll look naked with it. Okay.
Well, it will hide whatever it's covering, but unfortunately, this is again just a prototype, and we only have a shirt ready. Above board, you will look like a head, legs, and
arms and legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a torso-less person.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but...
Well, if you would be willing to grant us a couple more weeks, I'm sure we can come up with a complete bodysuit, but we would request the ogres be delivered sooner than that.
Right. A couple weeks, right. You know what? I'm not interested in that. Let's have a look at the daggers then. Lyri kind of sighs. You know, you both are not good at bartering. I expected better of you. You guys are like pirates or adventurers and stuff.
Consortium, but certainly. So
I was talking to these two. Lyri kind of like...
Oh, sorry. My bad. Above board. My bad.
It's fine.
So he like indicates the daggers. Do we still have a deal?
How many ogres?
Well, for the daggers, 1 or 2.
Deal.
You do not make those decisions, Lyri.
Or alternatively, the daggers in as a trade for you betraying your friends and helping us take the ogres by force.
But then, no, because then you get more ogres and I get less worth. No.
Well, name your price.
2 ogres, daggers, 1 for each dagger, right?
Well, I meant for the betrayal thing.
Oh, for the betrayal.
But Benjamin, you hear this.
Maybe like just a good set of armor that isn't void afflicted. It doesn't make only my torso invisible. Just like a regular, nice, strong leather suit of armor to protect me from the outside. Because I'm pretty, I'm pretty damaged right now. My clothes are dirty and horrible.
Well, that can be arranged.
Right. Cool. So.
I think a bath would do that. You
I
need to
guess-
sell the ogres.
Wait! You still want me to fight Buhd and Benjamin?
That was the deal? Or
No, I can't because I can't fight Benjamin.
Then you can fight Buhd.
Probably.
Bud looks so sad right now.
who is Benjamin, by the way?
Benjamin's the hot one.
Benjamin coughs.
Hot.
He's that one where he kind of points it out.
Oh. Well, so are we making a deal or are we not? I'm willing to negotiate either for ogres
I mean,
or
if nobody owns these ogres, I can just tell you that it's a deal and you can have 2 of them and you can just get on your way.
No.
I mean, this Buhd guy, he's not like... There's nothing in paper that says he's the leader of these ogres. It's not like a contract.
They are my people, Lyri.
What specifies that they're your people?
I saved them. They're my blood.
I say it's like one or 2 of them, myself.
Oh, then that makes you the rightful owner, right? Yes?
I think so.
Well,
I
then-
mean, if that's how Buhd sees it.
That's not how it works. You don't own people when you save them. We saved you, Lyri. That means we own you. That's so dumb.
No. There's no proof of that.
Bud looks like he really needs Benjamin's help. He's very upset.
Two ogres, sold, done. Very good. Like, that's the fun.
Stop, please. Just this is tiring. Okay. We have stuff to do.
Didn't you
Okay?
sell someone into slavery one time?
No, Bladebeard did.
Oh, Bladebeard did. Well,
Yes, Captain Bladebeard was most agreeable. I was hoping to negotiate with him, but
it's unfortunate, but I'm Bladebeard's confidant. We've.
Oh, you're what now?
I'm Bladebeard's confidant. We confide in each other about secrets.
Is that so? What's Bladebeard's last name?
His name is Bladebeard. His name Bladebeard. That's his last name.
Right.
Isn't his first name like Gobi or something? Right? Goldby.
Yeah, of course. How about you ask him?
I mean, I know it. I don't need to ask him.
What do you think, Buhd?
Think she's a liar and she's a bad friend.
Oh well. That's unfortunate. We can talk about it on the boat home, right?
You're not coming home with us, you bad.
you can't say that.
You
Benjamin.
trying to sell my people like they money.
They're not money. The stuff I'm getting is worth more than money ever could.
Bad friend.
I'm not a bad friend. I'm thinking in the long term.
Not thinking in Bud's long term. Bud wants all ogres we free to be free. This not freedom.
Well, maybe they can be free in another world. They don't have to deal with humans or trolls or Westfall
Benjamin just points at the orc and say, "Is that free to you?"
I mean, they didn't say what they needed the ogres for. Maybe I just want to put them in a little zoo.
Then why don't you ask?
Well, that would be
It's a breach.
that would be revealing business secrets, and we would not be willing to disclose that information.
Ever heard of a non-disclosure agreement, Benjamin?
What is it? Oh, so smart, Lyri.
That's not important, but what is important is that we just keep ahead of the curve, right? 2 ogres are gonna die anyway. Who cares about? It's better they die now. I mean, not die now. Leave now, out of the situation, than die on a boat where we have to toss them out into sea and be eaten by fish. Right?
You know, sometimes your logic is really twisted, but that's honestly surprising.
What's surprising?
You sound crazy. Well, crazier than usual.
She sounds the most reasonable out of you, the collective you.
I'm sorry, but no one asked, okay? We're trying to figure this out.
The ogres are sold. Nothing
They
more,
are not so.
nothing more to be said.
No.
The Nexus Lord sighs and says, Miss, whatever your name was, if you have the ability to sell some of these ogres to us, can you bring us said ogre or ogres, and then we can negotiate properly?
Oh, sure, I have one right here. And she kind of like elbows Buhd.
I'm not. No.
I have this one, and kind of just like shouts to one of the random ones in the cathedral district to come over.
I mean, they're all inside. You guys are arguing outside.
Are we like on the inside side of the district or the canal side?
More on the canal side.
Yeah. I'm gonna toss Lyri into the canals.
I misinterpreted your question. I thought you were saying like I forgot that there's a actual canal side. I thought you meant like within the cathedral district. You guys are within the cathedral district, facing the cathedral, but you're closer to the outer ring. Does that make sense?
Are we close to the fountain?
Let's do a roll.
No.
Not very.
Like,
Lyri will kind of puff her chest out and kind of head off in the direction of the cathedral and kind of encourage the Nexus Lord to follow.
Buhd will move to grab Lyri.
By the way, the cathedral is not where the ogres are.
No, Lyri doesn't know where the ogres are.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, she actually doesn't know, funnily enough. Well, but if you try to grab Lyri, first off, Lyri, do you oppose this?
Yeah.
Okay, then I guess both of you give me quicks.
Oh no.
But does not grab you.
What was that, huh? Then he kind of turns around.
You're not selling my people.
I'm sending 2 of your people.
You're not selling any of my people.
I'm not sending your people. I'm sending people. If you get what I'm saying.
Buhd looks very confused.
I'm not selling your people, but I am selling people. I'm selling people, but not your people, right? Not the collective people, but I'm selling individual people, alright? I mean, I'm sure some of the ogres are not going to make it. I mean, some of them are starved and bruised.
No. You don't. That's not how you deal with people. But see all these homeless people all over Stormwind. You don't sell them.
Oh, we'd be interested in buying them.
I mean, nobody owns them, so you probably could just, like, take them and no one would care, right? They don't like...
I appreciate the tip.
Lyri kind of looks proud of herself.
Bud looks
Benjamin
so.
wants to punch Lyri now.
I don't think Bud would stop. He is betrayed by Lyri now.
No, he's just thinking it for now.
Are the daggers still there?
They are like in like not I guess a box, but like a open box in the Nexus Lord's hand.
Lyri kind of points over to the daggers. Come on, Bud, look at those.
But in your eyes, they do look like quality daggers, but obviously that doesn't have to inform your decisions.
They might be good weapons and armor and all that stuff, but they not worth people. If we were trading in gold, that'd be another story. But these are people. My people. That I just freed.
I already killed people in the city, right? Who did I kill? I killed the people who were enslaving the ogres. That means the human life, well, they weren't really humans, they were ogres imprisoning other. But I've killed ogres who were imprisoning other ogres. That means I don't care about ogres' lives, right, Bud? So
You
maybe
don't care about my life?
actually, can we sell Bud? He's a pretty strong ogre.
Oh my god.
We would be most interested in acquiring him. He is a prime specimen.
Bud looks so defeated at Lyri. Like
Lyri has a
not in
big smug smile on her face.
But must punch Lyri.
Bud
Disfigure her a little more. Just a little. Like, punch her so well that, like, one of her eyes pops out.
Are you compelling Bud or?
No, I'm not.
Bud has no words and is just
No, actually, no. It's
Oh
kind
my
of
God.
conflicting, so no. Like, if I were to invoke, wait, what's it called? Let me open it.
Compel.
Can I compel Benjamin to punch Lyri?
If
I
you can
mean,
find a
yeah.
suitable aspect that Benjamin has, yeah.
Let's look at your handy dandy aspects.
While you guys are looking, DoomGoblin, are you with us?
Yeah, still awake.
Where were you heading? Remind me?
Dwarven district.
Okay. I was trying to figure out if you'd be able to come into the scene or not. We'll check up on Bladebeard a bit after this, okay?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Man, your aspects are not really compelling to make someone want to punch Lyri.
You know, he could just
Veteran-
normally. He doesn't need to be compelled for that.
Veteran of the Northern Campaign, I think that he would value human life and life in general, and Lyri is besmirching that. Does that work?
Benjamin, do you accept this compel?
Oh, yeah, sure. I was planning to do it at some point anyway, so I might as well.
Okay, here's one of Bud's fate points.
So, your only condition is that I punch her?
Punch her, and I don't know. It's up to you. I mean,
Then
I just
does
want her to get
Does her eye need to pop out? Or is that optional?
that seems more specific on your hand. I just want her to get her comeuppance, I guess, for what she's saying now to Bud.
Also a question for Skoll in regarding this compel. Would you like Benjamin to actually damage Lyri, or would you like it to be more of a narrative punch?
I'd say damage at this point. I think that Lyri's kind of asking for it. So
Do you still agree, Thompshire?
Yeah.
So what happens?
I just At this point, I'm just kind of furious at all she's saying, and I just kind of get past Buhd, like grab Lyri by the shoulder, and just with my other hand just swing.
Lyri, do you accept this or do you defend yourself? Zelris?
Oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't pressing the button. I defend myself, yeah.
Then Benjamin Thompshire, that sounds forceful. And Lyri, how do you defend yourself?
He grabs my shoulder as he's about to punch me, right?
Yep.
Well, Lyri feels that, is kind of guessing where it's going. She's going to try and, I guess, like, kick him in the shins to make him miss his punch.
Sounds clever, like a clever defense.
Right?
So Benjamin's forceful versus Lyri's clever. Lyri would take 1 point of damage.
I take my level 1 stress.
Okay. Benjamin, you punch her.
Lyri kind of... Wait, how do you do it? You grab my shoulder and just punch me in the face, right?
Yeah.
Lyri kind of staggers back a bit, but then quickly... Oh, and it's Benjamin. Would she really try and attack Benjamin? Ooh. Lyri's gonna do a stunt. She's gonna fire a gun and try and disorient him. Because she's mad.
Okay. Stunts are always a bit tricky when it's player versus player. But in this case, I'll allow it. If the stunt were like I instantly kill a person, I wouldn't allow it. But if it's just disorienting, yeah. Lyri fires her gun. Benjamin, you are disoriented by it, as well as anyone who's close by.
Including the Nexus Lord?
He can if you want to be. It's your stunt.
Alright. In the moment, I'm taking those daggers, baby.
I figured as much.
Yeah, he ain't expecting it. He's expecting the fight. He's not expecting backstabbery.
Yeah. I think you can take those daggers given the circumstances without the need to roll. He's sufficiently distracted. But do describe what happens, and also Thompshire and Skoll, feel free to describe what your characters do.
Lyri fires a gun and then quickly seizes the opportunity and kind of bumps into the Nexus Lord, making him kind of lose his grip on the crate. And in that moment, she will snatch those daggers and begin making a run for it.
Okay. Benjamin and Buhd, how do you react before we start the initiative order again?
I guess it just sort of stumbles back in blindness, I guess.
Is Buhd affected by the gun too?
Up to Zelris.
How close was Buhd?
I don't think he's that far from the group, at least. Like, I don't think he's that far from Benjamin.
Be affected, but not debilitated. I think that's fair.
Okay. I guess, like, Buhd's a little bit stunned by the gun's effect and rubs at his eyes.
Well, now we will start the initiative order, and I'll add Bladebeard and Tomo to it. We'll do one round and then end the session and then see what happens next time. Is that alright with everyone?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. On the Nexus Lord's turn, he'll try and take a moment to see if he can figure out what the hell happened. He cannot, so he will skip his turn. Subject 7 will only act on the Nexus Lord's orders, so he also skips his turn this time. Benjamin's turn.
He kind of looks around for Lyri, which I guess would be creating an advantage.
Sure. Give me a careful with your stunt applying, but it will be difficulty 6 because of all the smoke. Not quite, even with your stunt. Anything else on your turn?
Not really. Do I see Buhd or not?
You were like right next to the gun when it like went off, so you probably see like Bud's silhouette at most.
Fair enough.
Bladebeard, DoomGoblin. Let me move your token. I think Bladebeard at this point would be like around here with Tamal. What's up with Bladebeard?
Alright. Well, yeah, I guess I would like to first go to my mom's house to see what's going on there. And also, just keeping an eye for any assassin dressed as guards coming after me.
For that, give me a careful. No, although because you're being so paranoid, you begin to think, wait, that guard looks like Clovis. No, maybe that one looks like Clovis. But it can't be. But you can't be too sure. Huh. Like random city guards, I mean.
Yeah. He sees like a child on the street. That could be Clovis.
Very much so. Tamal notices this and says, everything alright, Captain?
Yeah. Same old, same old.
Do you do or say anything while you are heading to your mother's house?
No, let's figure out the combat bit.
Well, you will reach your mother's house on this turn and before we move on, okay?
Alright.
Okay. You will walk up to your house where you will see your mother answering the door, and she is talking to that young Night of Guardsman that you met on your first night here.
Alright. Could that be Clovis?
Let me briefly put them on screen. But the Night of brought like a very... You can see that he brought a very beautiful bouquet for your mother. And the Tamal says, friend of yours, Captain?
No. Is John somewhere around?
You don't see John. Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
That's the Night Elf. And yeah, the Night Elf timidly offers the bouquet to your mother, who looks somewhat confused and takes a flower and eats it. It's a very lovely snack.
Poor dude. Alright, I think she's fine. Let's go find the others.
As you wish, Captain. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Where would you head to try to find the others?
Where ogres were?
Fair
In
enough.
the Cathedral District, right?
Fair enough. Buhd and Lyri, you guys decide who goes first.
Alright, I just have a quick question. Did Lyri ever get told if the Deep from Tram was running again? Because I'm not sure if I remember if we were told that at some point.
You were not told, but you saw that it was working.
Oh yeah, because we went to go to the Brawlers Guild, yeah. I think Lyri Lyri is going to be heading in that direction, I guess, then, since I think that's closer than the harbor by a fair bit.
I think the harbor is closer, but sure.
Is it? I mean...
You are... Look where the ogre icon is on the map.
Oh, that's where I am?
Yeah, because, well, you're close by.
Alright, no, I guess she's going to the harbor then. Lyri will use her stunt to become invisible and try running away in the direction of the harbor.
Okay.
She's making a run for it.
Duly noted. Anything else on your turn?
Maybe an advantage, just about kind of being quick on her feet or something. I don't know. She's
Give me a
she's
quick.
making a run for it.
Give me a quick, please.
Nope, never mind this bad.
Yeah, not quite sufficient. Buhd?
I'm not sure if Buhd would get fight anyone just yet. I think that at most he would get ready for battle, so I guess give myself an advantage.
Sounds like a careful advantage.
Okay.
Okay, you create the advantage and you gain 2 charges on it. What would you like it to be called?
Ready for battle.
Duly noted. Okay. On the Ephemeral Guard's turn, let's see if they can... They will do a roll to see if they understand what the hell is going on. They understand that their Nexus Lord was not, but not much else, and they rush to aid him, and you hear them speaking in their native language. They're not sure about what. Okay. Tamal's turn. I guess let me move his token. He'll ask, you keep looking around, Captain. Are we in danger?
I mean, this is Stormwind. You're always in danger.
Oh, fair enough. Then Tamal will spend his turn trying to create an advantage to be prepared for anything. And that's not quite enough. Okay, so as I mentioned previously, is this a good spot to end today's session?
Sure.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Okay, so any thoughts on today's session?
Pretty good.
I was not expecting... Well, I guess I was expecting, but not expecting Lyri to say that to Buhd. Like, about the ogres makes sense, but... Yeah, but Bud's kind of sad that this is the development with their friendship now.
My thought, as sort of an outside observer, was, okay, Zelris is trying to play the Ethereal to get him to hand over some good stuff before she backstabs the Ethereal. But that doesn't mean that's what the Ethereal was thinking. It's just that's what I was thinking. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that too, maybe, but I also am thinking through the mindset of Buhd. So it's for Buhd, it's crystal clear that Lyri doesn't see Buhd as a person and his people as people. So that's how Buhd sees it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Zelris, feel free to tell us what you were thinking or to keep mum. Up to you.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything, but I feel like you're pretty spot on, so...
Okay, fair enough.
So you're cool with stealing from space mummies, but when I wanna steal from a human, you're all like, oh, we don't wanna break the law.
That was before the developments, alright?
Oh, that was barely, I don't know, half an hour ago.
No, there's been developments, so Lyri now knows that she can't stay in Stormwind, she might as well get some cool daggers out of it, alright? It's better than getting gold from forging papers. That's a low crime, it's not a Badass heist.
Yeah, to each their own, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But I like this session. I defeated a demon. I proved that he's a demon.
You somehow
Yeah.
freed yourself legally.
Yeah.
I always keep forgetting about Bladebeard's stunt to convince everyone about his lies, and I should remember that more often. But yeah, you did succeed in defeating the demon. Good on you.
I'm not really happy that Varian was angry at me, but that's fair. I was expecting like a reward, but whatever. Fine.
Oh, I mean also credit to you, DoomGoblin. Above board to the viewers in our little private Discord chat, DoomGoblin, after the previous session, called it that, wait, is that Gideon guy actually the Dreadlord that Buhd met before? And yeah, he called it.
Also, I don't know if you can spoil this or not, but in that Bladebeard's great grandmother, undead woman, told like a prophecy, and I believe one person was like with the origin of mud, and I guess dreadlords are made from mud in Revendreth. Was that him as well?
Above board, I did not know that because I haven't touched Shadowlands really.
Oh, so it's not. I'm not sure if they are made from mud, but some creatures there are made from mud.
Aren't they made from clay or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Let me look at the prophecy I gave you. The two-faced one with origins of mud was Elswith. The misguided.
Elsie? What does she have to do with mud?
It's a metaphor for being from a poor family. Above board in the lore, the Illyrian family before Varian married, whom he married, they were a very poor noble family.
Ah.
Well, that's still hardly poor for a regular person.
I mean, they were fairly poor. Like they were just in history, like IRL history, there were cases of nobles who were poorer than peasants. Like just because you have the title and certain special privileges doesn't mean that you have to be rich. As to the prophecy, I'm not gonna say who the misguided one is. The greedy one was Clovis. The northern one was Castilian, and the warrior was Andor. So you know who 4 out of 5 are.
Wait, who's Castilian again?
The
The,
forward guy.
the mage.
Oh yeah.
So that's your answer. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah. So Dreadlord wasn't among them.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
By the way, Buhd is now as passive fucking person ever. I'm surprised you didn't scare them off. If Barry was
I'm also surprised things didn't turn more violent. Quicker, that is.
I was also thinking in the mindset of Buhd doesn't want to tick off the Stormwind people. Because they're clearly a special guest in Stormwind, otherwise they would, be driven off too. So, I had Buhd not engage with them as much in terms of violence. But now it seems like the situation is turning. I mean, he gave back their necklace because he was like, all right, that's all they want. Here you go, have it back. But now it's probably going to turn pretty bloody, I'm guessing, because Lyri ran off with the item.
the two awesome daggers.
Yeah, I mean...
To be fair, Lyri has lost her weapons like every 2 episodes in this season. She needs some good ones now.
I think you do have a weapon, but fair enough.
Yeah, the weapons I do have, I think, were given to me by the Silvermane people, though. They're not like anything special.
Yeah, they are just average daggers, but sure. Fair enough. Well, I will have a good think about how the Ethereals will act, because currently, like, Lyri more or less vanished, so it's definitely difficult to say how they will act, because will they realize, oh, that's an invisibility spell, she went that way, or will they just assume, did you steal them, ogre? Or will they say, well, now we can take advantage of the opportunity to steal the ogres from you, ha ha ha.
Oh no.
Guess we'll see what happens. I will genuinely have to think about it, and above board there will probably be some dice rolls involved. But
This wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the compel. I would have been on my best behavior. So whoever compelled me to touch the necklace.
If you only mana tapped it, it would all been over.
No.
Because it's like the overflowing in power, and they'll be like, oh, that's cool. And then,
I really wish you had mana tapped them, but alas.
That would have. I don't know. That seems like a mistake waiting to happen.
but hey, now if you could also mana tap the ethereals and then just turn into toilet paper.
Lyri's been trying to be better about mana tapping and not use it after the whole Zelris thing and tone it down a little bit. I don't think she'd mana tap a scary, creepy ethereal she's getting bad vibes from.
Didn't you literally mana tap me yesterday?
I mana tapped a warlock, right?
You mana tapped a lot of things.
I mana tapped a warlock because I had to. It was a dire situation. I mana tapped Endor because Benjamin's dad was going to die. I think those are the two instances.
You mana tapped me as well. Well, my arm.
Yeah, I mana tapped you, but there's nothing wrong with Benjamin.
You also mana tapped Zalatath while it was stabbing you.
Yeah, but that was the thing that caused her to tone it down. Because she was like, right, this is a bad idea. This is no good.
Fair enough.
So that's the point at which, in fact, she stopped using magic altogether a bit because of that. That's why she's been using a gun more now, not throwing fireballs. Very tragic.
Very. Yeah, above board, the Nexus Lord is a final boss guy, so yeah.
Awesome.
And Subject 7 is a boss, like, on the level of Juba, just about.
The level of Juba.
But Juba is like final boss level guy.
No, Juba is final boss.
Oh yeah.
We need
Juba
to.
was just a boss. Juba was just
Alright.
a boss.
No, I don't believe that.
I have a plan. We need to kite him over to King Varian.
King Varian
Or-
does outstab him. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We'll just have Bud throw him because that's one of Bud's stunts. We'll just have Bud throw him to King Varian.
Throw him into the church.
And have the ogres like rip him apart.
All right, ogre rumbling.
Ogres will tear him limb from limb.
I mean,
Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Is Gideon dead? The real Gideon.
You never checked.
Oh, so I didn't even. All right.
Do you want, like, to retroactively check?
No.
Okay.
Bladebeard forgot about him,
Fair
and
enough.
only now remembered. Oh, was that guy dead, or did he survive that?
Yeah, you never checked, so it is what it is. Regarding the possible fight, keep in mind that, like, I guess the Ethereals want something, and that something isn't necessarily to kill you all, so there's also that option. But I guess we will see. Any other thoughts on today's session?
Pretty good. I feel like we have direction again once more. And that direction is the opposite direction the ethereals are in.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think your guys' stay in Stormwind will come to a close fairly soon, but we'll see what happens.
I believe it.
Also, I'm very happy I got to make that joke with Bladebeard's mom and the flowers. I was sitting on it for a while.
It's a good joke.
Thank you. Okay.
There was no any reference to the episode number, unfortunately, but yeah.
I mean, it's a very nice episode. What can I say?
Nice.
What can I say? What would you have liked me to reference? Like, would you have liked Bladebeard to stumble upon his mom and the Night Elf in that position?
Oh my
No.
goodness.
No. Maybe I should be glad. There wasn't.
I suppose. But yeah, everyone, again, it's the 69th episode. Yay! Any other thoughts for our viewers before going to our shoutouts?
We're like 31 episodes away from our 100 special. I think.
Actually,
Yeah.
Wow, that'll be special. We gotta do something special for that.
We'll save the ogres and the ethereals.
that's also still like more than half a year away.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain we'll be in season 3 by then, because season 1 was 40 something episodes. This is the 23rd or 4th episode. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anything else before we go into our shoutouts?
I don't think so.
Okay. Then, dear viewers, again, thank you for watching and listening to us. I'll ask these lovely people to talk about themselves and how great they are. And the dice have decided that Skoll should go ahead first and talk about himself, etc., etc. What's up, Skoll?
Hi, I'm Skoll Shorties. I make a bunch of World of Warcraft content videos, lore, speculation, etc., etc. Machinimas. And I am the works of finishing up the first episode from my Machinima series. It's taken a minute, but I'm getting there. I don't know how soon it'll be, but I'm hoping for a July release. So yay.
Nice, nice. This will be up on the 16th of July, so keep an eye out for that, everybody. Okay. Thank you very much, Skoll. Next, according to the dice, we would have DoomGoblin. Can you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what's up?
Yeah, hello. I'm DoomGoblin. If you remember, I'm an artist. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter too, where I post the newest artworks that I do. And you can check out my other sites where you can see everything that I made ever.
Do check DoomGoblin out. He is an incredibly awesome and talented artist. Thank you very much, DoomGoblin. Next, according to the dice, would be the very owner of the channel you all are watching this on, Sir Thompshire. What's up? How does it feel to be hosting the 69th episode?
It feels very nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Well, you're watching this already, so you know what I do, or what I very rarely do nowadays, I guess. But yeah, I think you'd be glad to know that something is in the works. Hopefully soon, yes. And aside from that, you can find me on Twitter, where I post sneak peeks and renders and other random stuff.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you very much, Thompshire. And next we have Zelris. Could you tell us about yourself and what are you doing?
Yep, my name is Zelris. I make on Twitter and on World of Warcraft on Twitter. I also make machinima/machinima stuff on YouTube. You can check that out on my YouTube channel for YouTube videos for my YouTube. And that's about it. I don't really do much, but you should check it out one day. Cool.
She's very, very talented and very skilled, so do check her out. Thank you very much, Zelris. And I was your Dungeon Master, Game Master Teeironor. I do this series, and I also do another series called Legacy of the Rimland that's set in a homebrew universe that's very, very fun with a different bunch of lovely people that I recommend you check out. And that's more or less it for now. But once again, dear viewers, thank you for watching and listening to us on this very nice episode. We will be back next week. Yeah, next week on my channel. But afterwards, we will probably take a week break. I will also keep you guys posted on Twitter. And yeah, we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody, and farewell.
Bye bye.
Nice.
Bye.
Nice and see ya.